And here we are. So we're going to go into a new game. Now, it doesn't really matter who you pick. From my testing, where you spawn is pretty random. This might not always be like this, but for now, who you pick doesn't hold much weight, at least from my testing and understanding. But you can put in your name up here, just put in Sin for now. The other cool thing is you can completely customize this to your nth degree. You've already seen this functionality before, so we won't go too much into it, but we can also add our own custom coat of arms. Now, I've just jimmied one up. I'll have steps and everything on how to do this in the description, so definitely check that out if you want to add your own. Now, we won't waste too much time on this. We'll just quickly go through these menus so we can get to the good gameplay, the excellent part of this game. So this is your game setup. Now, we'll just go through this quickly at a high level because you may be familiar with it, and it's pretty self-explanatory. We have your 3 different scenarios at the top, which are just sort of like some preset game modes, but all it is just changing these goals and stuff down here. So you go all the way from very, very chilled to the crazy difficulty, and then where you get attacked constantly, and it's definitely on the edge is very good if you love that craziness that this game offers, where you get attacked lots and you got to structure the whole village and the way you build very differently to, say, if we do it on default where it's a bit more chilled, you get attacked a little bit, but you got plenty of time to do whatever you need to do. Then we've got the ultimate chillers where you put it on relaxing and you are just there enjoying sleeping, building your beautiful place, basically like a free build mode. Very, very nice. Definitely love this. If you're new, just get into the relaxing free build mode basically, because it's really nice and it's a good way to understand. There's a lot of complex mechanics which we're going to try go through and hopefully not bore you to death, because there's just so many little bits to this game which is absolutely fantastic. I'm still learning. There's so much to learn, and again, keep in mind this is a pre-release version, so it might not be 100% the same as the version you get. But in saying that, we're going to stick to default. Basically, to summarize this, it's just a nice easy mode, and we're going to have it on restoring the peace, which is a domination where we eliminate the lord by claiming their territory. Now, you only need to claim one to basically claim his territory, but one specific one, I should say, but trying to claim them all is kind of an interesting challenge in itself. Particularly the last land, you will get mobbed by a huge army, so that one is very tricky. So we'll see how we go in terms of how far we can get with this, but we're just going to go default on domination, and we'll just have a look at some of these key things to understand, so when you get into this, you do have a bit better of an idea of what some of these are. So you want the off-map adversary on, you want that present. If you turn that off, you basically turn off the other territory that you can claim and take over and fight over. You would just get raided basically. So we'll keep that present. You can choose how much they attack and how aggressive they are. Generally with balance, they will only attack you once all the other lands are captured. Next, if you put it on aggressive, they will go for your jugular and try to take you out. So then we got onto the raider frequency. This is just how often you will get raided by the bandits and raiders. The raiders are kind of different. They'll just spawn off map, walk towards you and attack you. The bandit camps, they will just spawn on random locations in neutral territories generally, or I think always. So this is just a little bit of extra difficulty you can muck around with. Raiders will attack you. Bandit camps, you basically go and attack them. Very useful to do so because it does give you money, silver or gold, but in this case silver. Then we have the starting season. So generally good to start in spring, gives you a bit more time before you get to autumn and then winter. So just start in spring, standard. If you want to have a bit more of an easy going at the start, you can go double your starting supplies. Just make sure that you get them into your granary and your storage, or it might not be worthwhile doing that at all. Armament delivery, so you'll get some weapons early on, so that'll allow you to defend yourself a bit easier. The default setting just has this as standard and for the armament to be delivered, so we'll keep that. These last few things, particularly the residential requirement and approval, bumping this up is going to make it more difficult to appease your town's needs and their approval rating. Starters, just keep this balanced. If you increase it, you're going to have to pay a lot more attention to keeping your base very well structured, your people well fed, fire always, plenty of firewood and all that good stuff. Well placement, this is just an easy one where you can have underground water or aquifers where you will have to place your well. I like this, we'll keep this. If you turn it off, you can just place it anywhere. And the weather events, so if you put this on difficult, you will get lightning strikes that will cause fire way more often. You will get droughts, you will get a lot more rain. So really cool thing to add, but for this, we're just going to go balance just to keep it more realistic, and it does it quite good on balance. Over here on your right hand side, you do have other maps that will be coming eventually, but for now it's just the early access map, so I think it's only one, but there could be more on go live. So let's get into this. So we're just doing restoring the peace on default. So again, restoring the peace is conquest. We're going to conquer every region. let's do it. Let's begin. Woo! Okay, starting off, we have our beautiful world. Now we're going to pause it so we can go over quite a few things. Hopefully for not too long, I'll promise. So when we jump in, so I'm just going to assume you might not know much about this game. So we're going to try cover a lot as we play through this, kind of like a game preview, but I'll try explain everything I've learned in the good 40 hours I've had my hands on this. So we've loaded in, we're going to press pause. And just on that note, down the bottom on the right hand side, you'll have pause, normal speed, fast forward at 4 times, and then flash mode, which is just times 12. And that just moves crazy fast. It's a really good feature. You will find yourself switching between these speeds very often. Now you can switch your speeds by pressing X. I can press X right now from pause. We'll go into play 4 times, 12 times, back to 12 times. And then if we press Z, we go backwards down to pause. So Z and X currently are to change your game speeds. And we're going to zoom out and we're going to have a look at our placement. Okay, so this is an unusual placement. We're in the corner and we're right on the border of our enemy. So normally you might start in other locations. So this is going to be interesting. I haven't played through a game where I spawn right next to them. So that's going to be a bit of fun. But we need to understand, we're going to pause it again and we're going to press C and we're going to get a lay of our land. So unfortunately, our 2 food sources are quite drastically apart. Our clay's close, our stone's close, which is good for early game. Our ore is over there. So, you know, probably want to be building our town outers in this middle. Now, it's also good to pay in mind these points. These are your trade points. So we'll come to their importance later, but basically it's just where your trade routes or where your traders will go to pick up goods, deliver it to yourself and to drop the goods off that you're selling. The first thing we want to kind of have a look at is underground water. If you click here, if you click C and you press underground water, it's going to give you a layout of where all the underground water and aquifers are. It's good to be mindful of this, and where you place your town will kind of be a good way to gauge where you should place your town, I should say, because you'd want to build it near some water. You only need a few wells. The more wells you have, the better over, the more efficient things will be. So we will be looking to sort of spread out in this middle, but we need to understand first of all how fertile our land is. So we have Emma fertility, and that is basically wheat. It's just an ancient grain common to the 15th, 18th century and that era or those times. Definitely, I don't think we really see that type of wheat anymore, but you can see here we are in a very fertile land, very fertile. So this is awesome. I think it can go a little bit darker green than this, but this is pretty much as fertile as it gets. One thing you'll note about playing this is that these fertility within these regions from my mucking around doesn't change a great deal. It probably can, but out of the last 4 games I've sort of played, this region was never very good. This region was excellent for growing everything. This region wasn't very good. So it's sort of like there is a pattern here, but this corner region was always very good to grow stuff. So we're going to have a look. We don't have to worry about where we go with our farming or how we go about farming, because we've got a whole region that is just beautiful. We can grow everything. Clicking on flax, we can see it's a little less, but we still have plenty of green areas compared to some of these other regions, which are very difficult. I'm assuming when you place it on higher difficulty, you will be starting in regions that won't have much to help in terms of farming. Barley, same deal, plenty of goodness there, and same with rye being the easiest thing to grow, but locked behind tech, which is your tech tree, which is up here. We'll come to this shortly. We're just going to quickly go up over the top of this so we have a quick understanding of it. So our unassigned workers, these are just people that aren't doing anything. When we assign them to work, this will increase, which is the assigned living spaces. We don't have any now, but we'll quickly change that by upgrading this, which I suggest you do at the start. This will allow up to 5 families to live in this little campsite, which will instantly give you the living space of 5, which is perfect. Then our total population. So within those 5 families, there's a population of 10. Gives you a little bit of a breakdown, and also the level 1, 2, 3 families. So your level of family will be determined on the houses that you level up for them. Come to that again. The approval. Now this is super important. This controls the overall population growth as well as morale of your militia rallied from these settlements. So you really do want to always try keep this at least above 50%. However, this can go down to 20 and stay there for a very long time, and you can still get away with it. At least in this mode, it will be more brutal on the more difficult modes. And we can increase this by keeping them well fed, lots of firewood, keeping them in the distance of a well, just all the general stuff that would make sense to keep people happy. Public order. So this is a chance of crime occurring. Now, in my playthroughs, this has never moved from 100%, so it might not be something on or applicable in this type of mode. So we'll just leave that for now. Regional wealth. So that's the amount of money that your town or city, or it's like their pot basically. So you'll do all these activities, they'll make money, that will sit here in your regional wealth, which is different from over on the right here, which is your treasury. that's basically ours, or the Lord, where we can choose to spend that on diplomacy, on militia, on mercenaries, building forces, buying things. But this will be more fleshed out as we go along. Moving back to here, we have livestock. This is good idea to keep an eye on this just to let you know how much space is available. So when you do acquire more animals from trading, you'll have a good understanding of where you're up to and if you need to build more space, as well as your pastured animals. And then here we have the number of months before supplies runs out. Now, definitely very worthwhile keeping your eyes glued to this because you need to keep constant attention on your food fuel, because when that runs out or it starts getting very low, you're going to start losing approval and things can really snowball after there. So, we want to keep your people fed, happy. Now on the left hand side, we have your construction. This is pretty much self-explanatory. We press C when we build, it will switch into what we currently have in stock, which is this stuff right here. We have 7 wood, 20 stone, some tools, wooden parts, and we'll explain more of this stuff as we go through the buildings. If we press C again and we don't have our build menu up, we'll switch to this where we can see that we have in total, we have 37 of all these different components. For food in totality, we have 20, which you could have, berries. It's basically just the total of all the different sub components of what food would constitute. Same with fuel, props, etc. It will just go through all the different, here we'd have all your weapons. Now, if we want to switch it to the currently showing total goods stored, this will show you what you'll have stored in your warehouses or basically what you have. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's start getting into it. So we've upgraded the workers camp, which allows 5. So now we can house 5 people. So that should definitely help increase our approval rating by not making it go down. So that should stay at 50 a bit longer than normal by doing that little bit. So we kind of now want to get a little bit of a plan of our base. We're not going to make our base like beautiful. We're going to make it efficient-ish, but we're going to kind of be a bit aggressive. So we're going to try to get things up and running and not too worried about our structure. Some things we want to be mindful of is where all the things are on the map. We're close to some food here, so hunting will be nice. Good stuff here. We can pretty much aim to kind of build our main base, or town I should say, over here, and we got the trade point down here, which will come in handy having that close by like that. So initially we're just going to start by building out this area here, and we're just not going to worry too much. We're going to build some roads around here, and the first thing you really do want to build, the first few things I should say, is we want to throw down a lumber mill. Keep in mind we want to keep it away from here initially because that will move the wild animals, the deer, further into the forest, making us go a lot further to get it. So what we're going to do is we are just going to place that down here and we're going to let them construct that. So we're also going to put down our granary. So what we want to do is get a granary because we're going to lose these supplies if the rain comes. So we need to get this stuff under shelter. Now we're just going to build a road out here, and because we're going to be kind of building out this way, we will just place our granary, at least our first one, and we will be building some farms down here. So we will try just like build it right here, and we're also just going to do the same. We're going to build our storage house right here. Now these buildings are super critical to the efficiency and the flow of your town. We will come and follow this in more detail. We'll go down into the ground and have a look ourselves and follow some people, get a good idea of how this whole system works. So we'll put those 2 down. Now we will be running out of lumber right now. So we press C. It has not kind of gone through yet, but we will be low on lumber. We are going to build a hunter's lodge, and we might just build that a bit further out. Now building it close is always good, but for this, we're just going to chuck it here, get it nice and close. And we might just even join this up. Now the cool thing about this is if we click on the road, if you press R, I should say, and click on the road, you get this easy to use way to set roads up. If you hit control while you're in this, you can change the curvature of your roads. So we'll just like maybe do a little bit of a curve here, make it a bit interesting. You could almost do like a little circle here, but we're not going to do anything fancy. So we'll get these guys going. We'll hit play, and we're going to build the storehouse, granary, hunting camp, logging camp. So your original first build orders are going to change vastly depending on how you figure out to really maximize your early to mid to late game. For me, we're going to go into farms very quickly because we've got such a fertile land. So that's going to kind of be our focus. So in doing so, we will try to create all this stuff. Now they will pretty much prioritize whichever building is first. So they'll go ahead and do that, at least I would hope. But what they're going to do is they're going to work on this building first. So what we might try to do is they're going to do this one, which will be great because that will give them the housing and the living space. Then we're going to prioritize this one. We'll go Hunter's Lodge. Or actually, we'll go storage house. And again, we can increase the priority. We'll put that medium, put this one as medium as well, and put this one as low. So effectively what we've done here is by changing the construction priority, we've got them to build this one first, and then they're going to go here, and then here, and then down here. Now we want to get the granary and the storehouse up very quickly because we want to hang on to our bread and our supplies here. So it can get damaged in the rain, and it will rain. It always rains early on in the game. So you may want to consider doing that. You don't have to. This is a little pop-up you'll get every start of the game. It just gives you a quick summary of your victory condition. We need to do dominance. We got to take over all the land that our opponent owns, who is right next to us. Now on this difficulty, he won't really attack, but he will venture out and start taking these territories. We will try be quick enough to prevent his claim, or challenge his claim, I should say, on the battlefield, which happens, I think, about by year 3 or year 5. So that's going to be kind of the aim for this video, and we'll break it down as much as we can in order to make it easier for you when you jump in. So we'll just speed this up a little bit, and this is the beauty of it. We can just speed it up and we'll go through the motions. So we'll speed it right up to 12 times just so we can get a really quick build of the logging camp. And you can see here that they are very close to be done, and they're going to head over here and start building the other stuff. So just hit play now. We've got a new message. Again, this is something that will always pop up. So he's just saying, I've heard of your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and my honor against those who would wrong me. We can write back. Now, I think if you're a bit more aggressive, we'll make him a bit more aggressive. But from my testing, it's a bit hard to determine that. At the moment, this is very limited kind of interface of what we can do and what we can send. You will have some interactions with this, but not a great deal. Mostly just when you take over territories or when you get under attack. So we won't worry about that. That will just always pop up. Now that we've got the lodge, we will assign someone straight away to it. And we can see here, we're still hanging on to 50%. We have living spaces 5 thanks to the workers camp. We have 1 guy assigned because we've assigned him to the logging camp, and we have 4 unassigned who will be building everything we need. Now keep in mind, we only have 1 ox. The ox is going to make transporting the wood super easier and quicker. Now if you do assign someone to the ox, that will make logistics a bit better, a bit quicker. So something you consider doing early, but for me, I'm going to just leave that for now because it doesn't seem to matter too much at the start. But what we'll do is we'll just quickly duck in and have a look around just at this beautiful area that you learn to love, as it is really cool way and feature that we can jump down in and actually watch and observe what people are doing. So we'll definitely be doing a bit of this as we go through this. So stick with me on this, and we'll just zoom out again and look at some of these buildings. Ooh, okay, now we have the storehouse. So we're going to assign someone to the storehouse, as what that will mean is that they're going to pick up our supplies. Other than the food, they'll take some of the wood, the chopped wood, and store it in the storehouse. So the granary will be storing all your food. The storehouse will pretty much store everything else: your weapons, your wood, your coats, your linen. Pretty much everything else is in the storehouse. So we will need to upgrade these later to ensure that we have lots of room. Okay, so we've got a guy on the wood. We've assigned someone to the storehouse. As soon as this granary is built, we will also be assigning someone to that. We'll just speed this up, and as we do that, we will just hit pause and play to keep the speed normal, and we'll just have a look up here, and we'll pick the hunting lodge because that will be built next. So the ox will be taking some wood there. But let's get this granary up, and you can see the clouds are coming. They're moving along here. That's not good. It could mean rain. So just something to be mindful. No, it's all good. They've passed. So we'll assign someone here. We'll actually assign 2 people here because we really want to make sure we get these supplies in there ASAP. So we quickly assign people there. We'll have 1 person that will actually continue to build the hut, which is nice. And we just want to make sure we get all this stuff in. That way, when it rains, we are covered. So the next thing we will need to do once we get the hunters camp is we'll need to consider getting the woodcutter. Now, the woodcutter is super important because what that will do is provide your firewood. So the 2 necessities, food and firewood. So we want to cover those and check those off. So we will be building a woodcutter's lodge. So the woodcutter's lodge we'll just chuck in here as well. Keep in mind that they will go around and chop trees as well, and then we'll have to transport that to the storehouse. So you can see how sometimes the logistics can be good just to stick this all together at the start, but for this we won't. Now we have a little sort of town starting to form already. Now that we've got the stuff in both the storerooms, we're going to unassign these guys just to make sure they aren't sitting around doing nothing. Because if we have a look here, after these people transport, they will be doing nothing. So we'll just unassign them, and that will pretty much what they'll do is they'll take what they have, place it into their location, and then start do the next job or do nothing, depending on what you assign them to do. Keeping in mind up here, we still have 3 months of food and 15 months of fuel. So not much food. So that's why we do have to be a bit mindful of that and assign some people to the hunting lodge, which we will do just assign 2 for now. now, and we'll lower the hunting limit. The hunting limit down to 5. What that is meaning is that they will hunt all this deer until there's 5 left. 5 is a good number. You could do it to 4, but basically the more you lower this number, if you did it to say 1 or 0, they're just going to hunt everything and that will be gone. That resource will be gone. If we put it to 5, they'll hunt down to quite a low number. That means they'll be able to populate, breed, and we'll be able to keep using this resource for quite some time. Basically forever, as long as the forest is around it and we don't overhunt. So that's what the hunting limit is. It's a good idea. It's a way of controlling the population and how much food you can get from that. Don't do it to 0. That will kill this completely. Now, the next thing we can also do is these herds are going to move. So with the hunters camp, we can go advanced. By default, it's set to it's called unlimited work area. So it will be set to unlimited work area. There is some restrictions to this. If they get too far away, I don't think they'll hunt them. They'll just stop. I'll just go through that again. We can click on it, go advanced, click limited area, hold down control, then use the mouse wheel and expand the area that these guys will operate and hunt. So we'll just make it giant for now and we shouldn't have a problem. That way they will be set in this. And same with the wood loggers camp. This can be a good way to control where they chop. We want them to avoid down here. So we will just set this for now. So for now, we'll keep them away from the deer while we're hunting and we'll set this to this area. Try keep this here and close to us for as long as possible. We're going to do the same thing for the what's it called, woodcutter camp, and we will press the thing, hit control, make it nice and big, and just keep it away from the deer. Otherwise, we lose them, and that's not too nice at the beginning. Later on, it does become less valuable because we're going to be doing lots of farming. Now that we've kind of got the first sort of glimpses of our base where we've got our food and fire, at least some means to keep the approval rating above 50 or at 50, we can start considering and looking at our strategy. Now, the strategy comes into this. I mean, this whole game is a strategy game, so there's so much you need to consider in terms of how to min-max or get the best efficiency and how you lay out your base. There's a lot to it, but for now, we're going to stick to some of the basics and we're just going to go into the tech tree by clicking the name of our town, which is up here, and we'll click on that, and this is our tech tree. And again, it's very limited in terms of what is possibly available, at least in the version I have. Now, this is fairly important, so we will look at this. We'll just go through these quickly, but for me, I'm in a really good farming area, so I'm going to go for the heavy plow and then probably go into the bakers and then probably go into the bakeries where we can produce bread from flour with twice the efficiency of the communal oven. So we can just throw that communal oven in the bin once we get this tech and just use houses for our bread factory, basically. Next to that, we have fertilization. So this is a good one to have because if you use the fallow, which is just letting the field rest for a full cycle for a full year, it rapidly increases the fertility again. So being a farming area, this is what the tech I'm going to kind of look at. We only got 3 or 4 points we can spend from my experience, so we're going to be very careful. The other one I'd probably consider is going to charcoal burning. It converts 1 wood into 2 charcoal, which is like 2 units of firewood basically. So it's like a 1 to 2 conversion, making your resources for fire or firewood basically doubled. But you have to do a few little finesses to get that working efficiently. So some of the options you can also consider is the sheep breeding. So if we get some sheep grazing, we need to purchase a couple. They will slowly multiply. However, from my testing, if you initially buy a couple sheep, slowly over time, they do reproduce, at least it seemed like it. But this could be a nice one to do, to just have sheep breed over time where you can just buy 2 and then where you go. You won't need to purchase any more because the only way you can get sheep is to get them through the trade office. So we'll come to that soon. Next is the orchard or orchery. So this allows you to basically produce apples. Apples harvest happens around September every year until the trees are fully grown, which takes around 3 years. The orchard produces only a fraction of the yield. So this can be a good one to get into purely for the fact that you can get irrigation and then the rye cultivation. So in order to use the apples, you'd need to build a farm first and then upgrade it to the apples, the orchard, and then you'd go into the next tech, which would be rye. Rye is great because that's good for more barren lands. You can build anything anywhere. Generally, you can build farms in all the bad territories. So that would be something you'd absolutely be considering going into quickly if you're in a bad farming land. Next to that is the irrigation. So this dramatically lowers the amount of damage from droughts. I haven't experienced many droughts yet, if any, so not such a worry. But if you do get hit by it, it can be devastating depending on how you're going. Just on the left here, we have more to do with food, where we can get trapping, which will basically create a passive income for meat. So that's a nice one to have. Here, the advanced skinning doubles the amount of meat harvested by hunters and butchers from goat pens. So this is pretty potent in the sense that you can set up a lot of goat pens from the houses themselves. If you did that and get this is quite a good way to keep a good flow of meat into your economy. Alternatively, we have the pelt extract, which allows us to passively get hides from the traps. So this is an interesting little tree of, you might lean towards this if you're in an area that doesn't have a lot of potential to grow. But for us, we won't need to worry about this. Here's the forestry management is berry deposits, doubles the capacity of berry deposits. Nice for the summer months and springtime to harvest your berries. So this could be a good one for that. But again, at the moment, you're very limited on how many points you can get, as the amount of points you get are held within each region. So if I go and unlock a tech tree, say heavy plow, and then bakeries, we take over another region, we won't have that luxury. We'll have to start again and plan accordingly, which makes sense because each region you'll have to do this very differently. It'll be its own little beast of how you have to manage it. After forest management, we have beekeeping, which gives us access to honey, and then advanced beekeeping, which allows you to collect wax. I haven't experimented with this yet, so I don't fully understand the benefits of wax, but we'll come back to that. On the right here, we basically have the trading tech, which is the foreign supplies. This will give you passive firewood and food. Trade logistics. Now, this is a pretty potent one. This one we'll come back to, but basically establishing a new trade route will always cost a maximum of 25, which is huge. This is a really good one depending on how you're playing things. And then better deals. And again, this is very good for mid to late game, where you can remove the tariffs from foreign imports, effectively reducing all import prices by 10. That is huge. So we have lots of crazy choices. And then down the bottom, you have more your militarized or your military tech tree. And this is where you can get your basic armament, which will allow your houses to build helmets, and then advanced chainmail or mail, and then full plated armor. So if you won't be able to get certain units or access to certain units easily without mercenaries or going through this tech tree. And that's why you pretty much will be limited per region, because what they are kind of expecting you to do is in each different region, you would be looking to target a different tech tree in the total of your whole area you control, to be producing the different tech trees in different areas. I think that's kind of the idea here, and that's why you're limited to so few points per region. So the last couple of things are to do with mining, where we can go charcoal burning, as we mentioned before, lets us produce charcoal. Deep mining will basically turn any mine with a rich enough deposit into an infinite mine. From my testing, it doesn't seem to be any limit on mines at the moment. Not 100% sure on that. So I'm not sure how valuable this one is just yet. But this is just a really quick rundown. Policies. And here we only have two choices really, which is a hunting ground, which will increase the wild animal deposits by 50%. Yeah, it's not really worthwhile. Then we have strict fastening. Citizens skip every 5th meal, reduces food consumption, decreases approval. For me, this is the one I've always tend to stick with because it seems to be the most useful. Unfortunately, the others are locked behind early access. I'm not sure if these will be available when we go live, but we'll see. And let's hope so. Production, at the moment, there's nothing in this menu, at least from my understanding. So that's just a quick rundown. So you'll see here when we hover our mouse over this, we will get basically what we're up to. We need to get to a small village. We'll need to build 5 burgage, which sort of translates to houses. Back in the medieval times, it was more to do with the tenancy and the taxation of those areas that the lord would rule over, or something around that. Not 100% the science on that or the history of that, but basically that will just be building 5 houses. So we will be doing that quite soon, because we do want to increase our population and get more people coming, so we can get our approval rating and get a farm going. So we will be looking to do that pretty much right now. So we'll hit play and we'll just have a look and check over everything. So we've got a woodcutter's camp. We're going to assign someone to there. Logging camp's going nicely. We're getting a bit of a build up of wood. We press C, we have 5 timber, which equates to this 5 timber here. And again, if we hit get off C and we have a look, we have the breakdown of all the goods we have. Okay, so I've just paused it and we'll just have a zoom out. So I guess we'll be sort of building slowly over this whole region. So I'm thinking we might put the farms behind us just so we can protect them a bit better, because generally you'll get attacked from the other sides, not from behind. So we will consider doing that. So what we might do is we might extend this road out. We'll build our farms down here. We'll just start off with small farms, because if you build them too big, it can be very troublesome. You also need to get a well down. So we'll put the well one here. We'll probably build one over here later, but for now we'll just get one well. put it next to here. And then we'll come down to the marketplace. Now, the marketplace is essential for the movements of goods. It keeps your approval rating up if you have lots of goods flowing through it. It also will feed pretty much your population because they'll go to the marketplace to buy firewood, sell goods. You know, it's the marketplace. It's the soul and blood of civilization in a way. So for this, what it says is provide space for assigned families to set up their stores and distribute their produce to the Burgage plots. A healthy supply and demand ratio of goods is needed to fulfill residents' requirements and keep the approval high. So how this is translating into is as we build these burgages, they will be able to produce food, and then they'll be able to take this food or other goods, it can be leather, it can be anything, and they'll go sell it at the marketplace. And there's an exchange and just keeps everyone happy. And that's just a quick rundown kind of how it works. So we're going to build that. We will probably try build this like something here. Again, this isn't going to be like the craziest best base ever, but like an area like this will probably suffice for the whole term of this village. Maybe it needs to be a little bit bigger, but we can always build another one if it gets overflowed. So we'll pull up that down, we'll hit spacebar, and we'll get into the game. We'll just put it on double speed so we can get going with this. So we're getting quite a bit nice amount of food. We want to make sure we can get through the winter. So we will just keep an eye on this as well. But we have got our first few things going. So we'll just hit play now so they can go at normal speed. And since it's going to kind of be the main area, because that's sort of how we structure it, we will consider putting some of the other major stuff like the industrial stuff kind of over here as well. And we will look to put some of the housing up at the back. So we'll just make sure we've got some nice roads that are easy to get everywhere, giving a nice amount of space, put some roads in here, and then we might build some houses up here. And again, this is however you want to do it. It's up to you. And there's going to be a lot of good strategies on how you'd want to sort of structure this. And that's what we will try to do in other videos. But for this, we won't. So when we're trying to build this, we click here, we get an idea of how much wood it's going to take. But what we could try to do is get some fairly large regions if we can, but we just out of wood. Place it down, and we can also rotate the way it faces by hitting this little circle thing here. Really nice. And we can also remove how many properties you can fit, so we can actually afford it. So in this case, we can fit like a house and a little extension, and then some area to actually produce some goods. So we might just go with this to start with, because this is probably going to get us a good amount of population for what we're spending. So we'll do that. We'll just drive a little road here, lots of roads, just to keep everything flowing very, very nicely. So we'll set those up, we'll get the houses going, and then we're going to go into farming, because we need to try and get a farm up in pretty much August. So we've got a bit of time. We don't need to do that just yet, but we will come down to that, and we will kind of try structure the farm in a way that is sort of close to the everything as well, just to speed things up. Just build a road around it just to make things nice and logistically a bit smooth, if we would say. That way we can be quite nice with how we do things, because a lot of this comes down to the movement speed and where locations are in terms of getting the wood and all the goods there. So just something to keep in mind. We might build something like this just to start connecting all the little places, just so you can see here he's going along this way now and walking around instead of coming down across. So they will try to take the shortest route. That will just add a lot of extra mobility. We're getting close to this generic storage being close to full, and when you see buildings like that, once it gets completely full, they're going to stop doing everything and they won't continue to hunt. So what that tells me is we need to take someone off the hunting camp and then assign them to the storage house so that they can take this generic storage and empty it into the storage house. Same goes for the wood on all these other buildings. So it's good to rotate your workers across the buildings just so we can manage everything a lot finer. Otherwise, that gets full, they stop doing anything, and we use the productivity that we would get otherwise. So we have our first house or burgage up, and we have a few options. Now the trouble is, it's very enticing to start generating food and spending the regional wealth at the start. We're going to avoid doing that just for now, but what we can do is we can increase the living space or 2 wood, which we will do, because that way we can get some extra people, which we got a +2, which means we can support an extra 2 families of what we currently have. So that's kind of how this will work for you. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Just before we speed it up, you'll notice now here at the market, we can go and have a look. So we got the food stall and we got the marketplace. Let's go check that out. So just so in case you didn't know, if you hit the visit mode, you will turn into the Lord and we'll be able to walk around. Fortunately, we can't talk to him and buy bread. That would be next level crazy. Step right up. I have a sample, sir. And you can sort of check out what they're doing. They'll yell out some stuff. This guy's selling some firewood. Thanks, mate. Yep. G'day, catcher. But yeah, you can see because we've got the bread from the granary is selling bread. And if we, or they're setting up, sorry, they're selling the meat, I should say. They probably got some of the bread from the granary as well, but you can see the carcasses. That is from the hunter's lodge. Over here we have the wood from the wood chopper, or the what do you call it? I always forget the bloody name, forgotten. What is it? The woodcutter's lodge is what that is for. And we go over to the granary. We could assign someone to the granary, which would then try sell this bread at the local markets as well. So we're getting a few things going now. Are getting close to the pantry being full. So we actually are going to reallocate this hunter, because if we have a look, he is getting close to 5. Okay, so he's on 5 animals now. So pretty much this will mean we should stop and not allocate him, because he's only going to hunt till 5. So we will take him off. Looks like he's going to go do one more hunt, but we'll just let him be for now, and then we'll come back to him and grab him. Firewood's going good, and look at our food. We've got food for 8 months. We've got plenty of fuel. It is April, so it's really important to pay attention to the year. This is what we'll talk about next. So we're in spring. Spring is March to May. Frequent raining, seasonal deposits regrow. So things like berries, this is where they're growing. You can be harvesting the berries right now. We won't worry about them. They're a bit far away from us. We will use them later, but probably not right now. Then we have our summer. So the crops will grow if we've planted some. There's possible droughts. Autumn, harvesting, plowing, and sowing. Extremely important time. That's what we're aiming to get our first farm up, plant some stuff so we have a good yield. And then next time we can harvest it in autumn. And that's when we really start getting the bread factory going, because bread is pretty potent, just like it is in real life. Very good way to feed everyone. Pretty much the only way to feed everyone, really. From my learning. Then we have winter. Winter, you definitely want to make sure you have enough food and firewood. So that's why keeping an eye on this number of months before run out of supplies. We want to keep an eye on that. Make sure we have plenty to survive the winter. If we don't, your population will be pretty filthy at you, and they may even start leaving. So if your approval rating is getting lower, so it's something to keep in mind. So that's what we're aiming to do. Now we're just going to have a quick look around, and we might speed it up because we've got plenty of time. Just noting now, this guy is slowly collecting everything from the hunter's camp. So you can notice now this guy has dropped quite enough. And if we check him, he is transporting, and that is going to be pretty much it. So what we will do is we will unassign this guy, and then he can go help build some of this other stuff. One thing you could consider doing at the start is building and getting another ox, but I'm just going to hang on to my coin for now. Because we're doing quite well with food, there's no real need to actually worry about buying anything. What we will look to do is how we will plan out our sort of farms. So we will probably put them quite close to this area, just for the logistic reason of growing and being able to get it to the people quite quickly. Probably build a bunch of towns and villages, a bunch of houses around here to start with, and then build out here as we go on. So that's the rough plan. We will just start by possibly just building something out here, and we will try keep the farms close to these 2 buildings, as well as the mill and everything. And we'll keep the farms quite small to start with, to be honest, just because you can get in trouble otherwise. You can't actually harvest and produce them quick. This game is almost a farming simulator in so many ways, and we'll go through that in a lot more detail. Okay, so we're going to look at these, and we're just going to upgrade them because we can easily do that with the amount of wood that we've acquired. We've got 15 wood right now, so that's looking quite good. Next thing we'll also need to consider building is going to be the we're going to go over to here, and we're going to go the saw pit. Saw pits are very important, so we're going to keep them close to the store, just to keep the travel distance low, because it'll pretty much be picking up wood and carrying it to here, and that way we can avoid a lot of the travel time, because you do need a lot of the or planks, I should say. Planks would be the technical term there. That's the ones we really need. Okay, so let's go pause. I know it's a bit slow at the start. I just want to try explain everything for the people that are new or just curious to know some of the finer details of how this game has developed. So we've got 3 places up now. We will look to expand and get another one or another 2, because we want to try get this first first goal reached very quickly. So something like that, that's fine. You can even face them in a different direction if we really wanted to, but we'll just keep it pretty much all blocky and grid-like for now. And that will chop and change as things develop, because yeah, you end up building a huge sort of town in the end, depending on your strategy. Now we're just going to keep in mind that we do have some bandit camps around somewhere. They have spawned, yeah, so one here. So these guys are going to raid us, so we want to try to take out that camp as quick as possible. So when we get the delivery of armaments, we'll pretty much go and get some army and go attack straight away. Bandit camps are so critical to hit and attack quickly because you get lots of money, lots of regional wealth from it, or you can get it converted to your treasury. I personally go regional wealth to start with, so then I can start upgrading my burgages, and it's a really good way to get ahead quickly. So it's April, so April again, quite rainy, this kind of weather to be expected. So just having a look around, things are going nicely. We have 2 ready to build. Right now, we don't really need to reallocate anything too much. What we will do is we will sort of preempt and build another ox cart. Now, these ox carts are going to get super critical to kind of everything. So we might even just put one down here for now. Not going to be really any use to us just yet, but it will soon. We could potentially, on the assumption that we know we are going to be taking this very soon, we may as well even just go for the extra. So we'll bite the bullet. Might not be a good idea in the end, but we'll get 2 oxes, so one will get delivered to us quite soon. Other thing to be mindful of is that up at the top here, you'll get all these indications on stuff that's going on in your town. So right now we have homelessness. So these are people that are waiting houses, and if we build houses, these people are going to go straight into them. So that's what we're going to try to do right now, and that's why we'll have 2 people working on these buildings. We'll get another ox soon, and we've got plenty of wood to do it. We've got 21 wood, we've got stacks. We could even pretty much temporarily unassign this guy, unassign the guy at the warehouse, because we will be running out of space, and get them building all this stuff much quicker. We've got plenty of food and firewood, so that's good. We'll let this guy keep going, and he's just going to keep chopping down these trees and getting all that good stuff. So these houses should go up pretty quick. So we're in May right now, so we've got quite a lot of time to plan for autumn, which is going to be critical. If we miss autumn on this first go, it can really put you behind, because you'll run out of food, or you could just have the potential to struggle a bit more, depending on how quick you want to push this game and how fast you want to play it. So we'll just fast forward till these houses are up. But before we do that, let's just check out what the rain is like in this environment as we walk around. The rain stopped. But you can walk around in the rain and pretty much at any time. It is absolutely phenomenal. I love watching this and just following people around and seeing what they're doing. Very cool way. It's actually a really good way to understand how the mechanics work, or like how the logistic works between all the different buildings. So if you're ever not sure, or something doesn't start working, or you're not getting enough planks, go to the building and follow people and see where the bottlenecks are or what's happening. That is one way to do it. Plus it's just awesome. Get to experience what medieval life would have been like, wink wink, back in the day. But you can see here we have plenty of people wanting to move in, so we really need to get a good speed up of these houses going up. So what we can do is we can just bump the what's it called, urgency, the priority on these, which we'll do now. Now there should be plenty of wood here, and the ox will be taking all the lumber over. So that's pretty much the slowest part, is the ox getting there. Now you could start and build this all a lot closer, so this would already be done. Just depends on how aggressive you're playing and what you're playing. Okay, so we'll fast forward this, get these houses going. Just keep an eye on the food. So we're dropping on food a little bit. So what we will do is we're going to have to assign people back to the storehouse. We might even just assign 2, which sounds a bit dangerous, but we're going to do it because we need to clear out this pantry and get it to the market. So that will just slow down the production of these buildings, but that's fine. We could consider these should be built very soon. We're gonna have a lot of houses come online, and then which means we will be able to level up, and we're going to go for the heavy plow. At least that is my plan. So we'll look to do that. These houses will go up very quickly. We'll just cut to, these houses are going up nice. So we've getting more people following. So we'll just add someone back to the lumber, and we'll get the next person that comes to join us as well. So you'll see here that there's not enough stable space, which will not be the case very soon, because we will be getting this host up. We'll just put that to very high. So you see this, we got to pause it. So resource stolen by the bandits. They stole 13 chopping wood, brutal. That's so annoying at the start. And that's why we have to take care of them very quickly, because they're just going to steal stuff from us constantly. And then they'll end up raiding us. So we got to take out those camps ASAP. So we'll get to that. But for now, they've stolen our wood. So we're going to have to reprioritize and put people back onto chopping. But we'll also need to keep someone on the storehouse so that they can start moving the wood back to here. These houses are pretty much all gone up. We could consider, knowing that we're going to attack the bandits, we could consider looking to upgrade these into some sort of food supply. It's really important to manage your regional wealth, because if you spend it all straight away, you'll find yourself unable to get more wealth without attacking bandit camps or without selling stuff through the trading post. Now, the trouble with the trading post, which we'll build soon, is that in order to sell stuff, you have to first build the trading route, which costs money. So if you have no coin and you can't establish a trading route, from my understanding, there's very little means of getting income, regional wealth. So something to be very, very stingy on. Be very cautious of how you spend your regional wealth when you start out. Don't just start building stuff without considering that you'll need to first be able to get another means of income. So if that means raiding bandits, that's a good option to do that early and be able to upgrade more of these to produce more food. So we'll just make this faster now. Okay, so everyone's going to be running around like mad. We got firewood coming in. We've got heaps and heaps of fuel. So we could potentially unassign the wood chopper, but you end up needing lots of wood the quicker your village grows. So we'll just, for now, we will leave it as it is, hoping we can get this hitching post up, because we have 2 ox carts now, and we could also potentially get another one if we wanted to, but which can be a really possibly a good idea to do. We are going to hit that bandit camp. So let's bite the bullet and try something a little different. So with that, we will be pretty much assigning that first ox to the farm anyway. So it is June, but we really need to get a move on now. We need to build our farm. We're going to build our farmhouse. We're going to build it just here, and we're going to look to build some farms. So we're so lucky. We've got prime growing all over here, so we really have the pick of the lot. We're just going to start off with some small farms, because we don't want to go too big and too hard to start off with and be very, very problematic. So we'll just build some things. See how that sort of moved a little bit, I think, just from doing that. Got to be mindful of that. Make sure you build lots of paths in between your farms, just for logistic reasons. It will make more sense later just when transporting things. So we'll put a nice little road around, and then we'll plop another one just here. So we're gonna have a farm. We might actually put another farmhouse here, so we'll just section this part off. And then we also need to consider where we're going to put our bakery and our, I should say, oven, our community ovens, and the windmill. So the windmill is going to be crucial for all this to work. Now, we've only got one guy doing the building, and we kind of want him to start working on this as the priority. So we're going to put this to the highest, which should instantly switch him to stop building this and come over here and deliver wood, because we can't really start this without the wood. So that will be the first thing that goes up. So let's just check. We should now have 2 ox carts, or did we not? Yeah, so stable space, we got, hopefully the other one comes. I hope we did not lose it because we weren't prepared for the other new one to come through, but that's okay. So in light of this, we'll just speed it up a little bit. Got one farm here, we'll get another one there, and we'll put a nice wheat farm right here. Oops. And you gotta love how these buildings are formed. It's just gloriously simple and delightful to use. Hoping we can get this. We need to get this farmhouse up very, very quickly. Definitely, I mean, you could start building in August technically. We got plenty of time, so nothing to worry about. And we don't have to worry about building the windmill or the communal oven just yet. We just want to get these 2 things up. We got to be mindful of the food. We've still got a little bit time to harvest some berries. How are we going for food down here? So we probably need to consider either upgrading some of these things for food or going for the berries. We're a little bit out of time. We've got July. We'll see if we can try snag some berries, but we may not have any luck. First thing is we'll get this farmhouse going though, and we'll see if we can get this secured to get these good old berries going, because we need some food. We'll put them relatively close just to make it easy to get the goods inside. You don't have to do it this way. You can pretty much build it wherever you want, but don't build it on top of it or too close to it. I think that can it's called get rid of it or something, at least definitely with the animals down here. So we'll just speed it up a little bit, and keep going. Let's just do a quick stock take of how everything's going. We will switch this guy onto the granary, and then he should hopefully grab some of this meat that is here and start getting it to the market, which we'll need to feed everyone and keep everyone's happy. Now, the good thing is we're still maintaining that 50% approval rating by doing all this stuff, making it so we will still get the slow introduction of more people or population into our town. So that's always a good thing. You want to try to keep it above 50% minimum. Otherwise, you can start losing people. But that takes quite a lot to lose people. So this farm is going up. We've got 2 wood. Still only have 1 ox cart. So not ideal. Thought we would have got the other one next month, but we must have not because we had no space to house it. So while we're here, let's just take a quick look at how this is all going. So this is the farm being built, and you can see the lady carrying around some carcasses of the deer, taking it to market, and everyone just going about their business. It's so wild. It's pretty cool. This guy's going out hunting. We can go watch him hunt quickly. Okay, quiet. He's hunting. He's hunting his prey, stalking the prey. Deer! He's slowly creeping up. Has he got something? I wonder if we can disturb the deer by running up to him. That'd be crazy. Should we try that? I wonder if it'd move the whole stock. Oh, there's one. Can you get it? Oh, he's gonna fire. Shit. Oh, he got it. Even though his arrow was way off, he got it. It's like a homing beacon. I wonder. Nice. There you go. And then what he'll do. Nice. There you go. And then what he'll do is he'll pretty much grab the thing and then start dragging it. Yeah, there we go. Instant. And he'll drag that to his little hut. Oh, is it? It's a bit heavier, is it? You want a hand? Oh, man, you could take this game so far in terms of what you could do. Hey, pretty wild. Okay, let's go back to the town. This farmhouse is nearly under construction or nearly built. So it is highest priority. That's great. And we've got the hitching post. We still do not have our animal. So the homeless. So see this? So these people wait for more. That's taking us somewhere else. Not enough space in the stable. Well, I thought we built another one. Did we not have that already? What we should do right away is build a saw pit, which we are still under construction. That's why we'll have to do that next. We'll just put that as the highest, and then we'll put the berries where we have. Oh, and the other thing I should say is if you press tab is hugely important. Also, a little feature that they've added. If you press tab, you will get an idea of what's going on. We'll come back to that. I'll just put this to very high. This is highest, and that's a good way we sort of set it up. These guys are looking to come and join us. The guys over here. So we'll keep building more houses and getting more hands to help. In terms of this, we are over hunting a bit. So we'll just unallocate him and we'll let them do the building of the next few things. We'll just speed this up, get it cranking. We're in July, so we are getting very close to August, and then getting very close to being able to start getting the field up. Now, I'm pretty sure we can only, look at these percentages. In the barren regions, these are terribly low. So this is perfect. So we're going to try get 2 fields within the first year, and I'll show you how we're going to do that very soon. So this is a really good way to maximize your first sort of run or year by just stacking food and getting bread going ASAP. We also want to make sure we try get this first point by building 1 more house, which we'll quickly do. This way we can, okay, these are next. So we'll just get these on high. We've got 3 people building. The only thing that will be delaying this is just having the 1 ox, which I wish we had got the other one sooner. Otherwise we would be all over this. We'll just speed it up a little bit. Pressing X. We're going to go build the berries. We may miss out on harvesting some of these. We'll see how we go, but at least it'll be there for the next season, because this game really does get you very attached to the season and farming, and I love that. Very realistic in that sense. So and if you miss a crop, oh boy, it's very painful. You can really get put behind. So we'll just keep in mind we got 51% now. Hey, that's because we have a little bit of variety from our food, because we'll have bread and meat right now. So from the granary to the markets to the people, and a nice little thing there. So we got is that going up? Yes, it has. Okay, so we could technically decide. Oh, we did it. Okay, so we got our first experience point, or a research point. Hey, so what we're going to quickly do is we're going to get the heavy plow, and we're going to assign the ox to our farm, and it's going to speed up these 2 farms. We could potentially even get a 3rd farm going, which we may just plan for just in case we can make it. We'll just keep it quite low. Hopefully that's not too close to that. They will probably move soon. This will be much of a a bigger farm here. We've got that curve on too much, so we'll just press Control and scroll down, and bing, bada, boom. We've got a nice areas for our field. We could potentially plan for another farm here, just so we are prepared, because we're going to build farms everywhere we can. Oh, I guess we could just do the same right here. Yeah, we might do that. Just leave these as farms. For the sake of splitting them, we'll just split them to ensure that they're not too big, because you don't want them too big at the start. Otherwise, it can cause problems. We've got our first message saying we've got the armament. So this is key. We've got our first armament, so we're going to try and get a militia ASAP. What we will do is we'll just assign a couple people to the berries. We are in July, so we have all of August where we can possibly get some of these berries going. But we'll do that. We'll also have a look at some of these things that we could potentially expand. None of these we can expand, but we'll just leave those for now. We're just going to keep an eye on their requirements. So we'll just delve into the requirements quickly, because we'll be looking at this a lot. But obviously you want to give them water access. We will build a church. So keep in mind, right now the yellow means it's met. Black means it's not met. So if it's black, it means we'll need to build a church. Then that will become yellow, which means it's fulfilled. Food, fuel, store, supply. So at the moment, we do have firewood store. So this will eventually turn yellow quite soon, hopefully. And then we have the clothing store supplied. So we need a clothing store at the store here. And that can be linen, leather, or yarn. So that's why having the Hunter's Lodge going early and getting the pelts being sold is a good way to go about it. But I mean, your granary can also, and storehouse, sorry, can also fulfill a lot of those requirements in these for your houses. So keep that in mind. We got storage. If we assign someone to storage, they'll make a store here and they can supply a lot of this stuff. Okay, so where we're up to. So we'll just go into a little bit of a fast forward mode. We will be mindful of how everything's going. So wood, the wood choppers. And what we might do right now is we might take someone off wood, because how much wood we got? 32 wood. We don't need that much wood right now. We're going to assign 2 to the one to the soul pit. We'll assign someone to the berries, so we can quickly yank as many berries as we can. We've got plenty of fuel. We'll just keep this guy going with his fuel. In fact, we will slowly move it out. We really do need to be chopping down this way. The other thing we can consider doing is building this lovely building, the Forester's Hut, which will allow us to plant trees around the building, and it'll just be able to be like basically an infinite supply of trees almost, depending on how you go in and how many people you have allocated to chop trees or to create firewood. But we will definitely be using that building a bit later. Don't really need it right now. Okay, so what we will do is we will just build a couple more farms out here, because we want to be ready in case we can get maybe 3 fields. There's no more, we won't get any more than that. We will just go with these fields. We can pause it. We've got the generic storage full. So where is that? That will be this guy here. This guy will always get this message, because he'll pick up 1 log. It's a little bit annoying. I don't know why I don't know if it should be like this, because he's always going to get full very quickly, because he can only store 1 log, and then he turns that log into actual planks. So not sure how good that is. It's a little bit, maybe a potential bug. Keep an eye on your storehouse, because we are getting up there and it is looking pretty full. So we're yanking some of these berries and it's going quite well. Going to give us some more approval rating, because we're going to have a nice diverse food supply, and we'll need to assign someone to the granary, which we have, who will distribute that to the masses. Just speed this up a bit. I'm just going to have a look around, sort of suss out where we're up to. The constant evaluation of how things are going. We're tracking quite well. We could potentially start looking at building another house, which we will probably do. We'll just press pause. You don't have to press pause, but just because I'm doing this sort of tutorial game preview, I should say, we'll just do that just so we don't miss anything and we have plenty of time to react, as it's all on the fly. So we'll hit play, just extend this road out. I know it's not the most fabulous design, but it's all we need. So we'll just build some roads. We probably should have built another road there, but that's fine. You just want to make sure you have lots of roads, make logistics freaking wild. So that's a good way to do it. And cool. Okay, we got plenty of food. We're going well. So we'll just speed it up a little bit. And the other thing we need to do. Okay, so we got the plow upgrade. We're going to go onto our farm, and now we're going to add that upgrade, the plowing station, I should say. And someone's going to have to build this. So we're going to put this as the highest priority and get that done ASAP. Guys, going nicely over there, getting berries. So we're just keeping a good eye on our food and trying to make sure we have plenty to get through this first winter. So we have the potential here to reassign someone to the Hunter's Lodge so we can grab that extra deer. We also have the option now where we can upgrade the granary or the storehouse. We'll probably upgrade the storehouse first because that gets used more at the beginning. So we've got a new little thing here saying mercenary company available. So that's really awesome, except for we're so poor we can't do anything about it. But if you want to access your mercenaries, you click on the army, you click plus, you go to the little hand that's sprinkling coins. You would click on hire, and then you have the choice to hire a few groups. So the cool thing is if you don't spend any money at the start, you can straight away hire some mercenaries and go attack the bandits. That's one way you could do it. And you'll probably make about 130 coin from attacking that bandit camp. So you get a profit, of maybe 90, 80. So a good way to do it. We're going to build our own army if we can. So if we go here, we click on army, click plus, we have a few things in storage. We've got the spears, so we can click the spear guys. We can get 14. Just see if we can get anything else here. No, we've only got the spear guys. So we'll get the spear guys. We'll click on them. We'll click rally, and then we'll chuck them down and we'll get them going straight away. And what that's going to do is that's going to pull like a few people from each of the different families and pull them over here. And we're going to go attack that bandit camp straight away. So here we go. These guys have come, and they're straight from the workers camp this time. And we're going to send them over to this bandit camp. We're going to line them up in the tree line, and then we're going to attack. And once we clear that bandit camp, we'll stop getting stuff stolen from us. So you always want to prioritize taking those bandit camps out, regardless of where they are in the map. Even if it's over here, they're still going to raid you and take stuff from you. So keep that in mind. Take them out when you can, or as soon as you can. So it's only a little force, but it should hopefully be enough. Now, we might have not had enough. Yeah, we could have, if we waited a little bit longer, we could have got 6 more men, but we did not have the population for it. So we're in August. Now we're getting close. We really do not want to mess this up. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to unassign some people, probably from the storehouse, keep the logger going, and try get some people onto this other thing ASAP. We'll even unassign someone from the berries. Note you can upgrade the berry to a herb garden as well to provide herbs, which will also increase some of your approval rating because there'll be a variety of different stuff. So we'll just keep a close eye on this, and we'll speed up time just so we can watch this go down real quick. Okay, so we got a new family member who's moved in. So we got 4 people spare. That's great. We'll get them onto the farm. But first, we really need to get this up and running ASAP. Now, have we got our second ox? No, we still have not got it. So I don't know where he's gone. We should hopefully get it soon. Now, you hear that music and you know it is time for battle. And they have actually come out and greeted us, which is not great. I wasn't watching. Let's have a look at. So it's going to be tough. You can see here the effectiveness because we've been running. It's at 22%, which is quite bad. And if we look at them, they're at 87%, which means they're going to be a bit more effective, do more damage, have more energy, so they'll perform better. But I'm hoping because we're a bit better equipped, because we have shields and spike spears, we might be a little better. So we'll just see how we go. I'm hoping we can clean them up quite easily. And we can see these little numbers next to the little icon there. That's telling us how many there are of them. So at the moment we're winning. Let's hope we can take them out. Ideally, you probably would have waited to build a few more houses so you get the full size army, which would have been, I think, what is that, about 20 units. So we've lost a couple. We're losing a few more. You also have the option now to click on your soldiers. Oh, it's a bit of lag here. Oh, saving. And we can, a bit hard to see them, but we can put our shields up to block arrows. We can also give ground. So while they're fighting, they can slowly push back. And then you also can go stand your ground, which will stop them in their tracks. And you can also push forward. So if we hit push forward, they will try push them back. So there's a lot of good times to use these various ways of giving or pushing forward. It will depend on how effective their effectiveness is, if they have a lot of energy and that sort of stuff to be mindful of. Now, ideally, we should have waited and not had them attack or started over here or approached, just so we could rest and get our effectiveness up, because this is going to be a very close battle. So we can try maybe go give a bit of ground just to help our effectiveness a little bit, because that will let us gain a bit of effectiveness, and then we could try push forward. And we're going to just win by having probably better equipment, and now they're fleeing. So we won that just. That definitely wasn't ideal. Probably needed a bit more control and finesse. But now what we can do is, now that we've conquered them, we can go and kill this bandit camp, and we'll just quickly speed it up so we can do that. Keep in mind that it's August and we need to be planting our things soon. So we'll just stop it there. They're going to get close. Okay, so we've taken the bandit camp. You'll get a new message. You have 2 choices. You can send the resource to your nearest town or to your personal treasury. So if you send it to the treasury, you could hire mercenaries, which could then let you attack more bandit camps easier or defend yourself much easier. Depending on your difficulty, you'll have to sort of figure that out. For me, I'm just going to send it to the nearest town because we want to try supercharge our economy early. So that's going to be our strategy. Now, going back to our town, we'll just zoom back in, come across, and we can see we have got the upgrade onto here, which is perfect. We still did not get our ox, but what we're going to do, we're going to order another one. We will upgrade this to a stall once we can. We just need 2 lumber, and we're getting into August. I don't think we can technically plant until the October from memory, but we'll see how we go. Just going to check how everything's going. So we press C and we should be able to upgrade this. Yeah, so we upgrade to a small stable. We've got 2 livestock. So I don't know what happened to that first one we purchased. We might have lost it because we did not have enough space. So that's kind of brutal. We did lose 20 coin straight away because we weren't kind of prepared. Okay, so we're looking good. We are advancing quite well here. We getting a nice supply of firewood. We will assign someone to the hunter's camp, and I might just assign someone to here just for now. And look at the storehouse is coming along. We've got a nice little surplus of food. We should easily be able to survive the winter at this rate. So that's looking really, really good. We got no issues with this first winter. Do note the guys getting the berries are going to transport everything all the way to the granary. So keep in mind the logistics of getting your berries from there to here is going to take a bit longer because it's so far away. Okay, so look at this. So we've clicked on the farmhouse and it's plowing by hand. So what we are going to do is we're going to go into the advanced tab and see here, permanent livestock assignment. We're going to assign, and now you can only get this because we've got this upgrade, the heavy plow. So we are going to absolutely utilize that, and it's really going to speed up our production. Now, the other thing we're going to do is because we're up to plowing, we're going to pretty much reallocate everyone to the farms. Just so this first season, we can try maximize the best of ability that we possibly can and get as many farms as we can. With the ox, we may even just build another farm just in case, because they're small farms, we will probably get away with it possibly. So we'll just see how we go. We'll maximize that. We'll go 4 farms and we will hit spacebar. We'll hit tab, sorry, and we can actually check where everyone's assigned. We'll unassign this guy and we'll just unassign everyone and put them all onto the farm. So we've got 7 people, put all of them on bar 1 so we don't decrease our approval rating, because we need someone spare to build stuff. Otherwise, they do not like not having someone spare. So we will just speed this up and see how everyone comes along, and they're going to start planting. So we'll go into now soldiers have reappeared. Now we should be getting this ox should be coming over. Yeah, here we go. He's coming with the plow. So let's have a look at the plow. Get a good go of this in action. Here it is. So this is a game changer. This invention alone made populations survive and grow and thrive. So absolutely amazing stuff. So we get to see this in action. You can see our soldiers here too. There's a few ways we'll be able to completely customize our soldiers' armor, shield, weapons. So we'll come to that a bit later in some of the later videos, but for now we'll just be able to create a few of the pretty generic different groups of militia, but again they will have different colored stuff, so showing their sigmas or their colors of their houses potentially, or their areas, not sure. But yeah, let's go back to the farm. So they're just going to be plowing along. If we walk down here, you can see she's going around and yeah, now she's stepping onto the farm. So this plow is going to speed things up drastically. So we'll go a look from the top now, and looking from the top, it's gone a bit wonky. Where's she going? But in any case, what we will try to do is we'll put this field, if you click on the field, we will put that as wheat. Put this as wheat as well, but we'll put this one as low. We'll leave it as it is now and see how we go, because we've actually got quite a bit of time. We should be able to easily plow all of these fields almost, because I think you can plow pretty much up to November. And just in case we can do really super well, we will build another farm. And because we're keeping them nice and small, it's a good way to be able to control losing the crop or the whole farm, or the yield I should say, because we're keeping them small, which means they can do one, quickly move to another, do that one. And by looking at the time, we can sort of judge if we can make the field that they're working on, or if we should try to do another one, if that makes sense. So the plow here, look at this, it's just going to monster through this. We'll just speed things up a little bit, keeping an eye on the number of months, so we're pretty sweet with food and firewood, so we're good to just kind of chill and watch this go. Then we'll start sort of planning our next plan of attack, but it's kind of important to manage this process of the farms, especially if you're lucky to get a nice area like this to start off with. If you do, then we can just watch and manage this. So they're going to do these 2, and we want to make sure they get these 2 or these 3 completely up to here. So they sort of clear the land, then they till it, or plow it I should say, and then they do the sowing process. process. And then we watch over the next few seasons as the crop grows. So over here, we can track it a bit better. It will appear, just gets a bit funny. Don't know why it's doing that, but you get an idea. You can quickly see it. Oh, it's because we got it on speed. If it's on really fast, it'll just keep doing this. So if we pause it though, you can see 65%. And as they go along, that will go up to 100, and you want to make sure this sowing process is up to 100. It's annoying because a lot of the time they leave it at 99%, but which is fine, but I mean, it's better to have that 100%. But I guess realistically, you probably wouldn't get 100% of every square inch of farm of the field, but we want to try to get 100%. So while this is all going on, we're pretty sweet. We should definitely get this one in time. We'll definitely get this one in time. This looks like these guys will move over to this field next. That's not ideal. We might keep an eye on this, come back, and as they finish this one, we'll quickly change this one to, to increase the field priority, so they'll come over to this one. The other thing we should note is the crop rotation. We're not going to row about that crop rotation for this season. We'll come back to that next season. Now, planning ahead, we will be looking at what else we should be doing. We kind of need to pay attention to the Hunter's Lodge, but again, we're working on the farm, so that's going to give us some time for the wild animals to come back. If we had more guys, we could also be collecting some berries. But in the meantime, we will be looking to expand our houses because we can build one living space. And at the moment, we have one guy unassigned. Keep in mind though, having everyone assigned here probably has a chance of decreasing your approval rating, because the market is abandoned temporarily. So there are some pluses and minuses of launching everyone onto the farm at once. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so those farms are going up nicely. We will look to build some more houses, and it will probably just, for the time being, we might just throw them right here. So nothing elaborate with this layout. How much wood have we got? We've got 25 wood, so we could pretty much, might even just look to subdivide it with a path and then throw in a little house here. Now we'll just make it 2. Oops, we'll make it 2, and we'll just remove 1 by pressing the negative, which allows us to then just fit 2 blocks on. Because we might change these into some food developing properties, which should increase the yield in theory. A bit hard to test that, haven't been able to confirm that, but we'll get these going down. And the reason we're exploding the population or doing a lot of houses at the start is because we know next season we're going to have plenty of food. Oh, so these guys, we missed it. So they have rotated. Where are they going? So they're going home. They shouldn't be going home yet. So they've done 1 field. What we might do is just increase that and see if they start coming back. Nah, so they shouldn't be going home. We want them to come back and finish this field. I didn't think this season had ended yet. I thought we could grow all the way to October. November. Yeah, November. So maybe they're going home for some food. I guess they've finished 1 field. They're going to go home and maybe come plant another one. They're waiting. No, that's not right. So we'll just see. We'll wait till this one's 100%. So this guy's nearly done. That's only the plowing. So keep in mind, this is why you do need to watch it and be mindful that we want to keep an eye on everyone. Make sure they are working. We can apply 1 more person. We might just put 1 person on the granary to set up some food, because they might not get too happy if they can't be fed. Okay, this guy's coming back. What's this guy got? Oh, he's coming back. Okay, good. Oh, they're changing up the plow. Look at that. Interesting. Maybe 1 got damaged, huh? Still a bit odd. We'll just, I guess maybe it is nighttime. Normally they just go on. We'll just keep an eye out. We'll just put this on and put the areas here and just see if that helps. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of coin to spend now. We got 228. So that is going to be great for what we need. What we'll look at doing is upgrading some of these to supply us some extra food until we get to the more harsher winter. So we'll build some chicken coops. We'll build, so just in case you don't know, so vegetables will produce vegetables, chicken will produce eggs, goats will produce passive yield of hides. So that will be good. So that's having hides is also going to help get a clothing stall up. Having the different food as well will get a food stall up. And then we just need a church, and then we can get to tech level 2 quite quickly. We just need stone, and we can get stone. There's a few different ways we can look to get stone. Okay, these people are all waiting, and perhaps they're all waiting because we will just see what's going on. That's why I watch it, because sometimes they do funny things and I'm not 100% sure, but we still have plenty of time. It's only September, so we probably don't need to worry about that too much. But if they're not doing anything, we can probably unassign some of them and get them onto some of these other stuff that we need. So in this case, we might just throw them onto the hunters just to grab some extra food. So who's here? We just want to try not to unassign this person. Waiting. So guiding ox. So we can let all these other people go, I guess. We can click reassign, and that would reassign family somewhere else. So where did that assign them? Not too sure exactly how that works, but okay. So when we go into people and we go show workplace, that will just show you their workplace or where the building is, take you you to them. You can obviously click on the person, which will take us to where they are. So this gives you a really good indication of where people are going and the logistics of everything. We can also, so this family here, we can just go reassign. So we have currently 5 assigned. If we click reassign family, we click on here, it didn't actually reassign them. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure what that does. It says reassign to a different workplace. Well, yeah, I'm not 100% sure if that works. I've never really used that feature, but good to know. At least you can get some insight into it before you jump in yourself. Okay, so we've got a small stable now. We can go and grab another ox because we've got a bit of coin. So that'll be really good. We'll look to upgrade this as well and grab as many oxes because we'll need a lot of oxes, particularly early in development. And now we want to make sure we can get this next level 2 quite high. And which means we need to get these, upgrade these to level 2, which we can do, but we're going to need someone on the saw pit. So we'll grab some of this wild animals. Once this gets down to 5, we'll reassign some people. How are we going for wood? We've got 25 wood. That's good. We've got quite a nice surplus of wood. And perhaps everyone is not helping with this because this plow is just going to monster it all and get it done really quick. And the sowing probably won't start until we get into late November. So maybe that's why it's just this way. Let's have a look. Yeah, so they're still just chilling. So technically you would want to reassign them and put them back. So that's what we might do. I just don't want to unassign the person who's doing the plowing. That's the trouble. You don't necessarily get a choice. So if I'm hoping that doesn't disturb the person plowing because that's the trouble. You don't have the, yeah, okay, good. It didn't. Okay, so in that case, we'll just quickly, we just want to make sure by October though, that we're in good sites for that. Okay, so we're assigned, got 2 people on that. We'll assign 4 to berries quickly. Where are the berries? Sit here. So we'll just assign 2 guys there. Storehouse, we'll assign 1 just so we can clear up some of this stuff and some of the wood. And we'll just keep an eye on this as we'll come back and reassign everyone as soon as it comes November, which is not too far away to be honest, but you know, you can make some progress in the meantime. So what we'll look to do here as well, we will be looking to plan out to build our livestock trading and trading posts probably around here because it's getting closer to this point. A little worried about this farm, that's all, because if we miss this first crop, we can be in trouble. We've got a little bit of coin. We will grab some vegetables and some chickens, and we'll turn another one into some goat sheds, so some more hides. So some more hides, and we'll just keep an eye out if we can get another bandit camp. There's one right here. Okay, so we could look to hire some mercenaries to take that out if we can afford it. I don't know if we can really add. We could add 3 more, but we'll just hold off on that just yet because if we get a few more guys, we can try attack that bandit camp ASAP. If we wanted to go into the mercenaries, we could have a choice here. 15 small pack. We could go a large pack. We could go the large pack. Now the only trouble is we'll only get them for like 1 month because we can't pay the 30 to keep the upkeep. In fact, we have no money, so we wouldn't even be able to get the mercenaries. Don't even worry about that. But if you did have the coin, you could do that. Keeping an eye on this farm here. When these people change from waiting is when we're going to know. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be all done in October is my hope. And if we can get, I'll be surprised if we can get all these small farms done, but if we can, that'll be amazing. A really good start. Okay, now it's October, so it's just changed. Let's just have a look at what these people are doing. So we definitely need to get them sowing the field. So just a little bit concerned here because we can't miss this first season. I'm going to assign them all back to the farmhouse, and here we go. So yep, sowing. Okay, yeah, now they're going to start sowing. So we want to pretty much get everyone we can back to it because we're going to maximize. Again, it can affect your approval rating, so just keep that in mind. Okay, we got 1. We can keep 1. We'll keep 1 free. Because we have some buildings lined up to build, they're not going to like it if we don't have someone ready. It's only for a small period of 1 month, but I mean, in 1 month, you can definitely lose a few percentage points easy. So we can speed this up because pretty much that's the only thing we really need to do for this whole month month of October is to sow this whole place. So we click on the people, they're going to be coming now. Now we do try get them to focus on a couple of them. This one is high. We'll put this one as high and we'll put this one as medium. This one we didn't even worry about. So we'll just leave it at this. We'll put it for next season. We'll put it onto wheat. But we've got to try within this month, try get this to 100%. And this is why it's better to just focus on, say, 2 fields. And if we get these 2 fields done, then they can start working on the medium field, the field that's set to a medium priority. And if they don't finish it, then, you know, no big loss. We'll still get 2 fields. So we can make quite a lot of bread from those 2. So we'll just keep it on fast forward and we'll have a look at how everything else this is going? So far, so good. We can still get these berries, I'm pretty sure. Seasonal, no. Okay, so that's all right. We'll assign this guy to the hunting camp. He can grab one more animal, so we'll let him do that. One will keep building these houses out, and as we get a few more population, we'll be able to actually get another army going, or a little small one at least. There we go, 6. So we'll try attack these bandits with this 6. We may not go so well, but we'll try get them. But this time we're just going to walk near them, try not set them off. So we're coming through the bush, through the trees, so I'm hoping they can't see us. See, they've stolen 8 wood from us, the bastards. What we don't want. Even a close eye on this field as well. We've got 1 that's nearly 100%. As long as we can get 1, it won't be a wasted harvest. 2 is going to be sweet. 3 will be awesome. There'll be a lot of good food for the next year. And that's the thing. We're not going to get this for a full cycle, full year. So we need to plan ahead and use the other food sources, which is why we're converting a lot of these towns into chickens, to goats, to eggs, and so on. And if we can get another bandit camp, we're going to be pretty lucky. So we won't know how big and powerful they are until we actually start approaching them. So we are doing very well. We might get 3 fields, possibly all 4, because we've made them quite small. 98 and 100. Yeah, that's looking great. Probably should have got them to move to this one next just to save on logistics, but that's okay. They're going to start on this one as well. We probably need them just to focus on one. We'll let this slide and see if they can manage both. We may have enough time. It's a bit hard to tell exactly when you are up to in October, at least from my understanding. I can't see where there's a day or exactly the precise time and day, but that's okay. We don't really need it. It's a bit of guesswork, but that's okay. So we're going to let these guys get their efficiency up, move them a bit closer this time, and hopefully we can take them out with 12 guys. It's going to be a tough battle. These are 16. Eesh. Okay, well, at least they can come to us. We'll try form up. At least by the time they come over to us, they'll have lower efficiency. So we'll just stay in the trees here. And if you press Control-C, it goes into cinematic mode, and you can see the battle at a much better, more clearer, crazy detail. We can kind of sit here and watch it. Now, you could technically get your guy in first person, run over and view this, but we won't worry about that because it takes a bunch of time. But we should see them coming soon through the trees. And you can see some guys have got some blood on their shirts from the last battle. They're a bit seasoned now, and see how long these guys are, because it could take a while for them to get here, because that's like, they could be days away. Control-C again to bring up the UI. Yeah, so we'll just speed it up a little bit. So they're getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. Winter is approaching. Okay, so we'll just quickly pause it there because we want to see how we went with our crops, and I'm betting we didn't. Yeah, see, this is why we should have just focused. So 61% we're going to get next to this field won't even get any yield. This one's going to get 1, whereas these not telling us exactly. Okay, well, I don't know, that's not looking good, but we should have at least got these to sow, so we should be fine. But again, needed to focus, and we would have probably easily got this done. So next time we'll do that. Keep that in mind. Just focus on your fields. It's very important to get that right straight away first go. So here they come. Let's go into cinematic mode and watch this. This is freaking wild. It's so cool. I love this. You can get some pretty big battles in this too. They're cheering them on, egging them on. Where are they? They'll be piercing through this bushland soon. Okay, here they go. Here they come. Okay, so we need to kind of bring these guys in. Maybe we can come up behind them. Can we get these guys to come over here? Okay, these guys are repositioning. Gosh, it's not going to look good, does it? Let's hope their numbers start dropping. The only thing we have better is they even have better effectiveness. Oof, this is going to be close. I don't think we'll win. They've lost 1 guy. So we could try to give a bit of ground, given that they have... Do they have the... Okay, so it's pretty even ground as well. Let's do a push forward. Be a bit aggressive here. Hold the line. They're going down slowly. We got 15. They got a couple guys hanging back here. I don't know how they do that exactly with formations, but it could be a good strategy to recover effectiveness maybe. We're pushing them. Okay, so we're holding our effectiveness quite nicely. There's a... Getting close to matching. Okay, we've lost 1 guy. They've lost a couple, so we might just get this. These guys are coming in. Oof. Yeah, okay, they're losing a few. Can you go Control-C? Just watch the glory. Pretty damn cool. It's nice that they all look quite different, and it's a lot of different animations. Oh, that guy just got speed straight through the heart. Oh boy, that's bad. Look at this guy. He's got 4 on 1. What the hell? Look at him go. That is crazy. He's holding them off as well with his shield. This guy's got to go down. He's gonna... Oh no, he's dead. Yeah. Oh, that... Oh shit, hold on. Sorry. Okay, we got to be careful here. They're coming up behind us. Probably need to turn around. Oh, we're a bit separated here. I mean, do we focus? Okay, we got him. Oof. That was crazy. Now we'll head over here. Grab the spoils. Okay, we're gonna have a nice little bit of income coming through now, so we'll be able to spend some money on upgrading all this stuff. Got a crop coming. Oh, we're still sowing. Oh, we're actually... Oh, it's only October. I thought it went to winter. That was just... Must have been getting cold. Terrific. Okay, wow. Let's just set this up. We'll put it low, put it wheat. This is medium, so they'll do this one and then maybe this one. Okay, perfect. Now we've got a bit of coin. We need to get these things checked quite quickly, and we need to get some stone. So we're gonna try establish a trading route to get some stone. So in order to do that, we need to go into press C, go into the trade. We're going to build a trading post. We're going to build that here. We're going to connect it. Actually, we're going to drive that straight here. Get it a good trade route going just direct to where we need to get to. You can be kind of sneaky and put it right here, right? And it's really quite quick, but all the goods still have to travel to the granary. Oh, we got a message. What does it say? Balls of war. Here we go. Yep. So we're taking over that camp. So now we can send it to the nearest town or the treasury. So we could hire some mercenaries, which could be an attractive thing to do. We might do that for the next one because we will just try supercharge our town. So we'll go send to the nearest town. And what we'll do now is we'll also consider, or we will build the livestock trading. And for that, we'll do the same thing. We'll just pretty much build it, just put it next to it. That will set up our trading route. So they'll go straight to here and back to that to grab all the goods. And the good thing is you'll have one on either side. So you have the option generally, except for when you're in regions like this, where you just have the one, we've got the two. So just a few benefits of being in the corner position, which probably makes it easier and why you could get in the corner positions. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. So we're going to speed it up and we're going to get all fields pretty much. That's huge. Just keeping an eye on how we're going on food. We can definitely keep hunting that. Wood, we're pretty good. We need to put someone onto the storehouse and we'll need to put someone onto the sowing pit. The soaring pit very soon. Okay, so that one's done. Where are you guys going? Did this one get done? Yeah, okay. Let's increase this to high. Where are you guys going, huh? There's still work to be done. Waiting, sowing. Okay, some of them... Oh, here they come. They're coming back. Excellent. Yeah, that's why you just got to kind of not micro them, but just watch them and be careful. Okay, my computer crashed, but we're right back into it. And we are going to get 4 fields. And that is kind of incredible considering we should probably turn this field off, actually. Do not want this one to go, but 4 fields. That's going to be huge. Okay, so we're bringing our soldiers back. We're just taking over that camp. We got the coin from it. And now we are going to reassign all of these people, including the ox, because we no longer want them on the farm. So we're going to unassign them all. We're going to go in advance and unassign the ox. And now we're going to go back onto production of everything else. How are we going there? So that guy off. He's hunting them a little bit too strong. We've got a new family moving in. We're going to chuck a bunch of people on the saw pit because we're really going to need that. Storage as well. Granary, probably just one for now. We're going to need to get these buildings like we had before. We'll build a path, build it out a little bit more, and then we'll send it straight down to this way to get this trade route going. And we will now build the granary. Oh, not the granary. What am I talking about? We want to go to trade, trading post, or the livestock. Okay, dokie. Okay, so we're doing well. We've got quite a bit of coin now. So what we can look to try do is once we get this trading post up, we'll get some stone and we'll try go into early Lord Manor if we can, and all that a church, because we want to again try get this tech unlocked for the bakeries. That's going to be really, really potent if we can. Now we're in November, so the season will change into winter and we've got plenty of fuel. We just need to make sure that we have enough for next season, so keep that in mind. We are going to push out a little bit. We may even consider possibly trying this, which I didn't do in my last game, where we build one of these foresters and keep the trees growing quite close to the wood choppers hunt the woodcutter's hut, but we'll try that because we'll end up needing to build a couple of these, or quite a few in the end. You can see here is our soil is slowly growing and we're getting wheat. Check that. That's the harvest right there. All the hard work, all the peasants, I mean, townspeople did, is coming to fruit and to bear. So that's pretty mad. So 4 fields in the first year. That's pretty mad. Let's go back. We'll just speed this up a bit. Here come our troops back, and how's things looking? So how many? We're going to grab another ox because we're doing lots of stuff, chopping wood and building houses. So we'll need to try and get an army up as well, and we want to get this church. So in order to get a church, we're going to need to get this saw going. We've got lots of oxes coming, so that's going to be quite good there. So we will also build a what am I doing? We're going to grab another ox, and we are going to put this guy here, and that's okay now. So we're doing quite well here. We could potentially also look to put another ox station quite close to the farms so they can grab them quicker. So we might do that. We might just grab 2 of them here. Bit of overkill, but we're going to build a few farms. Or actually, we'd probably just want the one. We can demolish that. So you click on your building and then you hit demolish. So over here though, we will look to build another one because we will probably end up doing the similar sort of thing, put in another farm here. Okay, so looking good. Trading post is up. Now this is critical. So this is why we'll just pause it, because this is some of the costs that you need to incur to establish a trade route. Now it starts off cheap, but the more you do, the more expensive it will get. So right now we want to import. We want to import some stone. So to import some stone, we need to go to the first one, construction. We want to go establish a trade route. So we'll click on this, and that's going to go pay to establish a trade route. So you will say yes. We're going to go import. So click the drop down, hit import, and then increase this to, what do we need? We're going to go 20 stone. Now we could go mine the stone ourselves. It is very, very close. So we will actually end up doing that as well. So we'll extend these farms out. Now be careful not to build on top of this, because you can build on top of the stone and then it will just disappear. So be mindful of that. To build a stone place where we can get stone, we need to go into the mining, click on stone cutter's camp, and we actually don't place it on top of this one. We just place it nearby. So we will place it there. We're going to destroy that, and we're going to place that. Yeah, we might build a field there actually. So that's how you build this stone cutter's camp. Now, if you want to build the mining, which we will end up doing as well, we'll place that here. Now we've got a lot of extra hands at the moment, so we need to allocate them, and we were going to allocate some, possibly. We can't really get that. Can't go for the berries, I don't think. Pretty sure that's out seasonal. See if we can grab some of those. Outside that, we need to look at signing people to the granary, because as these people gather stuff in their own little houses, the pantry and the generic storage, particularly the pantry, if we can see, there might be some here that have some in it. Okay, this guy has 1 egg. The granary guys will come and take this and put it to the market. And sometimes the people will do it themselves, is my understanding. Okay, let's hit play. We got the trade route. We're going to try to get some early stone. We'll assign 1 person here to sort that out for us. And we've got 2 coming along. So we're still doing quite well on the approval. So that's great. And we might just continue this trend of building houses out. So we'll just keep following that. We'll build this road out a bit extra and just keep going. We probably will wrap them around possibly, or just build a second layer here. We want to keep it at least initially central to this main area. But again, it's just adding travel time. The further they get away from kind of central areas, we'll kind of need to mirror all this again further over. But for now, we'll just build some out to get them up and running. But we do want to be mindful not to go too crazy, because it adds more requirement for firewood, more requirement food. Okay, and we're quite low on wood. We've only got 3 lumber. So do you know what that means? We need to send someone to grab some of it, which we've got. We'll add someone to the logging camp, and there we go. We'll just speed this up. We're sitting on 56%, so that's great. We've lost 110 coin there, and that was to get that stone. So, but what we can do now, we'll just steal that. We'll just go no trade. We've got the stone we wanted. Now we can build a manor. So that's pretty huge. Well, we can't just yet. We need more wood. So we'll focus on the wood now that we've dropped on that. The reason we go through so much wood too is the saw pit. The saw pit chews up a lot of wood. So we'll throw all 3 of these guys on. Can we get any of these berries? 18. Yes, we can. Okay, so we'll assign someone to them. So it looks like you can harvest all the way from spring all the way to winter for the berries. So that's pretty cool. Good to know. I always get a bit confused with the berries, and we'll look to open the ore deposit quite soon. So not a lot else else we can do, we can just have a look at the map. There is another bandit camp over here, so we're going to try challenge that as well. Trouble is we will be out of any kind of supplies, so we'll need to look at building some stuff so we can actually fight these guys, which will require us to build a lot of the stuff in the industry. So we'll set this up quite quickly as well, because we want to start building an army as well as get to a level 2. So we only need 2 burgages to get to level 2, and we can pretty much do that right away. So if we have the wood. Oh, okay, so we can only upgrade this part, my bad. Over this will go 15. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep laying this on because this stuff will be perfect later. This means we'll add in more to the production line of what we need to build. We'll just go carrots because they're cheaper. We will do some eggs, and we'll go eggs, and we'll go carrot. Now this is going to produce quite a nice little food basket as well, just in case anything else happens. We'll leave it at 168 to give us some wiggle room in case we want to do anything else. We've got the clay deposits here too, so we probably consider building our called clay furnace here, because we can sort of set up an operation. The travel distance will be getting the clay tiles probably to the storehouse, so that will be the bad logistics there, but at least we're pretty close to it. We're pretty reasonably close, so not bad. And now we are officially in December, so winter starts and we have plenty of wood, so people are quite happy with us, so that's perfect. So lots of firewood going for sale, and we got 2 unassigned, which is good. We'll leave it as like that because we'll need more people to build all the stuff that we're going for. We got the foresters hunt up as well, which we'll add to someone in a bit when we get a few more people, but we do want to start looking and considering some of these other extra resources as well while we manage our food. So we've also now got the livestock trading, so we can assign people to this, and then we can get more ox, mules, horses, and sheep. Oxen, mules, and horses for logistics, and sheep is just for getting sheep and lambs is getting wool. And as far as I'm pretty sure at the moment that's all we can do. Again, this is the early release. The uses of these might change. I haven't had any luck really noticing the difference between oxen, mules, and horses. There may be some noticeable differences, but it's been a little tricky to understand that. They may be, you'd assume horses would be more efficient at some of the logistics stuff, but again, not 100% sure. So you can see here, we got something delivered, but it might just be the last of that stone. Yeah, one stone. Okay, well, that's all good. Now, let's check on our resources. So we've got plenty to build a church. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a church now, and probably, oh, we go not white. We just need a little bit more. Okay, so we will assign someone here because we will get this church up nice and early so we can try to get to level 2 before next season. And with that, we just need clothing store. So we'll need some more goat skins coming up. We've got a little too many on the other ones, so we'll have to switch that up. We go into this guy, we'll get him onto goat, toss him 25. So this will produce hides, so we'll need someone to turn that into leather soon in order to make some clothes. Okay, so we can build a church now. Can we fit the church in here? No. Oh, can we? A little bit. So what we can do too is we can click Alt, and that will delete a road. So so you press R and then hold Alt and then click on the road, and that's how you can remove one. So we're going to stick the church right in the middle of town, being the good folk that they are, and we're just going to reconnect that road. We just keep it straight. We'll wrap it a bit closer. Ooh, and then we may be able to stick something there a bit later. I'll get our church up. Oh, we're on quite fast speed here. Crops are coming along, 42%, so they're growing through winter, and everything else is looking quite nice. We've got an extra person. We might add them to the forest. I haven't fucked around with that too early in game. Normally it's a bit later on I'll build something like that, but we'll go for it. We also need to get someone onto stone, so we might look at getting someone onto that soon. So for wood, how are we going? 13. Probably start peeling off someone from here and might get them onto the stone just so we can get a garrison. We can get the Manor, which is pretty cool. That building's got a few different functionalities that we'll go into as well. Church is coming up quite nicely, and everything is pretty good. We've got a few people to assign now as we've had some new people join, so we'll just slow it down, and we're going to look at accessing some of the ore. We're also going to look at building something to make the leather. So we'll build the tannery. That's pretty important. So we're going to build a lot of this stuff kind of in the center here. So we might just plop this one down close to the, actually we'll plop it at the back here. So with the tannery, we can turn things into leather. So that's going to be really handy. The weather will come a little bit later, and then we can also look at getting the mine set up as well as the windmill, because how long do we have? Got quite some time, so we don't need to worry about the windmill just yet. Okay, so we can unassign the guy at the trading post and these guys, because definitely in winter you can't harvest your berries. So we're going to rotate them onto some of these other things. We're just going to keep on the firewood. Firewood's going quite well. We might even assign another person to the logging camp just to beef up that. And we've got someone on the stone, and we'll probably put someone on the tannery. We got 5 people now. Probably bump up the saw pit as well. Tannery is going nicely. We'll also can look to expand and start mining some of this mining pit, because we do want to try to get some weapons and build a stockpile so we can start hitting these bandit camps. Now, food wise, we're hanging on, but we probably don't want to expand too much more just yet. Kind of just keep going with what we've got until we can upgrade some of these. We'll go for the vegetables. Got the tannery up, so get a couple people onto the tannery that will create leather, and they'll set up a store and sell it to some of the other people, which should hopefully pick this clothing store. And then that will be everything we need to upgrade this first lot. So we're nearly getting everything done within, okay, so it's winter year 3. Don't know how we got to year 3 so quick, but we might, yeah, I'm not sure. I thought we'd start at year 1, but anyway, our first winter anyway, it feels like. So clothing store. So the clothing store just said complete. So there's been added to here. We better note that. Where is it here? Market food. Load. There it is. This one right here. Let's go have a look. Get in nice and close. So that's the bread by the looks of it. Got the wood, some more food, and here is the clothing store. Not much there right now, but I'm sure there'll be stuff added. Here's the church. We'll go check that out. Have a quick run over. Got all the guys standing guard. Nice. My lord. That's mad. And we'll run over here. Now we'll just do 5 Hail Marys and 10 Hail Fathers. I wonder if we probably can't go inside, but yeah, you get the pictures. Very, very cool. Okay, let's jump out of here. We've got plenty of space for livestock, which is terrific, because got a space here. We'll just have a look. Do we need some more? Okay, one's sitting AFK already, so that's good. We don't need any more. And remember, pressing tab will bring up all this information. So if we have a look at these guys, they're still just waiting on this clothing store supply. And we can see here, you can tell the icon of what they're needing or what their requirements are by that symbol. So that correlates. So if they're after more food, we'll also see a different icon. We'll see the bread icon. We'll see wood for fuel. But there's a good couple ways you can monitor their requirements, and one of them is by pressing tab and having a look, or just going into the individual by clicking on the house and checking individually. Yeah, outside that, we will have a check of our fields. That's coming along nicely. Stone guy is working away. Quite a long distance to travel, but that is okay. Now for the clay, we can go into the mines, and we can also build a mining pit on top of the clay, just so you guys know. That's the building you need. Now it's trying to connect to the road, so a little bit of a hassle there, but as long as it's over the top, it should be fine. The trees uprooted for construction 10. We'll try put that down there. It should work. Well, hopefully, let's just demolish that. Trees uprooted. Okay, it seems like, because if we don't, yeah, so if you have it over here, it says no deposit in range. We put it over here, we can get the deposit. I think it's best though if we can get it on top. So just to do that, we're just going to go Alt. We're going to remove these roads temporarily and then go back to build. What is it? Build. We want to go mining pit, and drop that straight on top. And we got a nice road straight to it as well then. And try connect that road, and that won't be able to. That's all right. Not ideal, but at least we get it smack bang on there. So lots of construction going up, but again, it is winter, so not a lot of food we can gather. Just chop some wood. We can put someone back onto the hunting, which we might do. We'll just check our wood. We got plenty of planks. Oh my gosh, we can kill that. Okay, whoop, we got a message. Okay, so this is what we need to prepare for. So the raiders are coming. I think they come every 3 years. So we receive a report of a band of raiders roaming the land. We need to prepare for this. So we'll just track their movement, and we have a whole year to prepare. That's why we're sort of gearing up and getting ready already to get onto them, so we can start attacking them and defend. Otherwise, they'll come, and just like at the start where you saw all those houses on fire, that's what will happen if you're not ready. They'll burn your whole village down. Now I noticed with the white in the background, it kind of makes the things distort a little bit on the camera. I'll see if we can fix that. Sweet. Okay, that's better. So it'd be a little bit less distracting. Okay, cool. So now you can see that the snow is thawing out in March. So March, frequent rainy, seasonal deposits regrow. Oh, a new family's moved in. Okay, we have heaps to assign. So we've got someone on the trees. We will assign someone to this mine as well. It's already up, so we'll get someone on there. We've got someone to the church. We need to assign someone to the church to fulfill this church level. So now we are ready to actually upgrade. So this is perfect. Now we can upgrade at the cost of 4 wood. How much wood do we have? Pressing C, we got 8, so we can upgrade 2 straight away. We'll upgrade one that is doing some food. We'll grab this one, and we'll grab this one. So with these 2 upgraded, we are going to get to the Tech 2 which allows us to go into the bakeries, which is going to be all good for the first season of harvest. So that's going to be timed perfectly, or very well, I should say. We'll just speed things up a little bit. Now we have to be mindful. This is a timer down here for the raiders. You can see it just on the bottom left. We got an extra family guy. Cool, okay, so got quite a bit of timber. So what do we need? We need 5 wood, which we'll get quite soon. We will look to upgrade the storehouse too very soon. We'll actually assign someone else there. And we're coming into very soon we'll be able to do our first harvest. So we got a lot of stuff being built and a lot of stuff happening. But it's good that we have a couple people extra so we can actually manage this. How are we going for firewood? We got 9 months, so that's quite nice. Oh, we got the settlement increase, so we'll be able to spend another point. We'll just pause it here. It's going a little bit too quick. I mean, doesn't that look like it should fit? Doesn't it? It looks like it should just... Oh, we don't have the resource. That's why. Oh, I'm so silly. Yeah, so that catches me off guard. Too focused. Yeah, you'll see not enough goods. Should have saw that straight away, but we do not have enough. We'll come back to that. We're doing very good. We got a 70% approval rating. Fields are going up. We're getting everything very, very gone, but quite quickly. So we'll go into here. So now we have the option of how we sort of want to plan out. If you wanted to go full crazy, you could go the basic armor and we could start making our way up to the advanced armor maker, which is kind of tempting to do because we could go for the bakery, but we would miss out on a chance to get the at least to the gold mail armor. But we can also sell a lot of our products by supporting a higher population, and we could just import a lot of this stuff. So that's what we'll stick to the plan. We'll go bakery. We'll grab that. Now, just remember, you can if you click on it, it's done. There's no going back. There's no way to change it. So keep that in mind. Once you click it, it's done. And do note, you can change the name by clicking the feather. You can just go Sintown and change it like that. And just hit X and bing, bada, boom, you're good to go. One thing I did notice is if you have men in your territory, the bandits tend to steal a lot less, or sometimes don't even steal anything. And you can see here, these are the guys coming to attack us, I believe. No, there's someone else. That's just the yellow guy. The yellow guy's going to attack this camp here. So how many guys do they have? We can try go mess with them at the same time. We've got a tiny force, but maybe if we come up behind them, we can try kill them. We'll just see if we can do it. It's a tiny force, so maybe we'll just like stick here, see what sort of damage we can do, if anything. Because we'll try get some money and get some mercenaries as well. And we want to try stop the first expansion of yellow or the other guy, which happens at like year 5, I think. Okay, so we'll just fast forward this, keeping an eye on these yellow guys. Actually, we won't worry about attacking them with this small force. We'll just leave it for now. Okay, how's these fields looking? The fields are looking good. Now we should be able to finally build. Gotta assign these guys. We'll finally be able to build a windmill, which we can chuck right here, which we're going to do. We will, actually no, we'll stick, we're going to delete this. We're going to move this guy. Yeah. I'm going to throw it. Oh yeah, we need someone to pick that up. Just wait for this guy. Someone will come pick up that supply. We'll just get them. Oh, I don't want to. Here we go. Someone's going to take it away. So you need someone in the, it's called storehouse, to get rid of that. Can we fit it though? Oof. Oh, it's so close. Okay. Well, that's right. We will put it here. It'll still be very, very nice. Also build some community ovens. Okay, so we'll just put them right there. So nice little, everything's nice and close. That will definitely help for the production, and things will be ready to be harvested very soon. Now, if you wanted to, you can force an early harvest. It looks like these 2 fields are quite late and not going to produce much at all, if anything. That's okay, because we got 2 good fields. That's perfect. We had to create a good amount of bread, but we also do need to be mindful. We need to start getting onto more food. So we're going to throw a guy onto there. Oh, the guy chopping wood, he's going very well. What else is other people assigned to? Got one guy doing some ore, and everything's looking pretty good. Just keep an eye on things because we've got quite low wood. We could, like, if we wanted to, sell some planks just for a little bit of extra coin, but we'll hang on to them because they're going to be kind of crucial to everything. Now, I do want to take some of the guys off the store because that's full, completely full. We really need to upgrade that. We got mercenaries available. That happens every month. You'll get a choice of new mercenaries for the most part. We'll take someone off granary. We've got a new family member too. That's perfect. We're going to assign a couple of them here. I just want to see if we can also, we got one spare. They're bringing some wood over. I'm going to see if they're going to go into sowing. Just going to go home just so we can keep an eye on it, because sometimes I think you can get to 2 crops of wheat. So if you sow early, probably earlier actually, you could get one before winter comes. So I think you can get to a year from memory. However, we might have missed that opportunity, but it doesn't look like, yeah, they're just going to be waiting. We'll try next month to see what they can do. And by that time, we'll probably be up to harvesting anyway. The logging camp is going along. Got the woodcutters. How's that going? Quite reasonably. Could add to aim someone there. Berries is growing. I think we can sign someone to berries now as well. So we will sign Ooh here as well. Get the hunting. We've got a nice build up of leather. So we'll actually just take these guys off. We will keep one because we do want to make sure we've got one of these stalls up, because if we remove it, this will be abandoned, the closed store, and then we'll lose this requirement, and then by that we'll lose approval. So important to try keep things in order, keep the stalls there. Ties very much in with the approval and what your villagers desire. Now the good thing about upgrading these villages is that we will start generating income from everyone that we get to level 2. That's why it's a really good idea to get as many as you can to level 2 quickly, because then you get more income. Now what we're also going to look to do is we need to get a bloomery, and we're going to build that nice and close up here as well, because a lot of the stuff will be stored here, which we can now upgrade. So we're definitely going to go for the storehouse. We'll upgrade that, then we'll look to get a, what do you call it? We'll look to get a manor very, very soon. As well, while we're here, we're going to look to build the smithy to create tools. Lots of work, and we're still managing quite well just off the one logging camp here, and now we're starting to get the trees. So this is going to be handy. It's just going to eliminate some of the distance in terms of chopping and logging. So that's going to be really, really nice. Speed things up quite a lot. Keep the trees quite close to us. Now we'll apply someone to the mining pit soon enough. We'll just hold off for a little bit until we get maybe the next family. All these assignments will change when we get into the field, because we will just throw everyone on harvesting. We've got one guy sitting here, so we might actually just assign this ox to the farmhouse and see if they will start plowing. So we'll just keep an eye on it, because maybe we can get an early harvest in. We might have missed the opportunity. I think we have. Yeah, okay. So come back next month, huh? Now, if we have a look at the called Rebel Camp, these guys have taken it out, and then they're just going to run off map. That's all they do, basically, until they get aggressive or we attack them. That's when they start attacking us. But they will take a territory soon enough. We'll go down, take a look at how things are going from the ground, and you can see that they can run into each other, go through things, but it's just cool watching this stuff in action, and it's absolutely stunning. But yeah, but I can't wait till they develop this, and I reckon, I mean, there's so many things you could do, and once the modding community gets onto this, woof, it's gonna be crazy. Absolutely mind-blowing. You can see all the little details, little bit by little bit, gets put up. Absolutely mental. Okay, we're gonna speed it up, and pretty set. We got everything kind of happening. Now, I just want to see these guys, right? If we have a look at these people, the guys from the logging camp, look how close they are now. They get to chop these trees and keep a very nice flow of wood, and help us not having to build many logging camps, because that will, for the most part, sustain us. We probably need to get a second one soon, or at least by next year. Everything else is coming along quite nicely. We've got our communal oven, and then the wood mill coming up very quickly too. All the wood's there, they're just building it. It's going to be pretty much well timed for the harvest season, and we're going to smash this out and get our food supplies much higher, and then allowing us to expand and get more people to join this village. Going to be pretty epic, and we're going to build another field here, and we'll probably look to build some more people out this way, keeping it nice and neat as well. Just got to save. Now, saving's kind of important. I'll just quickly touch on this, but when they're saving, you can change it to 10, 5, and off. Depending on your computer, you may have some trouble this game running or crashing. It is early access, and they give you a warning when you load the game up that it may crash. So if you're having issues with it crashing, maybe just change the saving to 5 minutes. It might help recover some of the games. I had a look at how to recover saves and stuff. It's a bit difficult, so I'll have to wait till someone else can tell me how to reload an old autosave. Just going to change one thing. So with the bloomery done, we can start churning some of this ore into little iron slabs. And another cool feature of this game I should mention is if you ever need help, you can hit this thing here, you go boom, and it's going to bring up a bit of information, and very, very helpful. A lot of good stuff in here. So definitely worth reading and going through all this stuff. I haven't even gone through it all. So definitely a lot of good information here to check out. And now if we continue on, we will start assigning someone to the bloomery, and we're going to start getting stuff to build weapons, which we'll need to get to, I think it's level 2 or 3 if I'm correct. So if we check our towns, you can see here the 2 that represents level 2. So we could actually upgrade these guys to a level 2 right now. And how many towns do we need to get to level 2? We just need 5. So we're going to try get some of these other ones up to level 2, and then we can get another tech point. So with that one, we will probably look to go the charcoal burning, but it is tempting to go basic armor, but fire becomes quite difficult or I should say, yeah, firewood just becomes hard to manage a bit later, especially as your town grows and as you start to use more industrial stuff. It's like your bloomery consumes a lot more. It's handy to have the charcoal, but it's going to also deny us some other possibilities. But we'll be able to get around that by using the trading post. So we've assigned some guy to this, and now he will be transporting. So they'll set up a stall as well, which is great because we'll need that for some of the other requirements for leveling up our village, our houses, and we're doing quite well overall. So we'll just look to assign someone here off there, and I just want to get ready for the next month, which should turn reasonably soon. Then we'll know if it's time to assign more people to start working on these other fields, and they're still waiting. It looks pretty much like this. Definitely by next month we should be able to start doing stuff. How's everything else looking? We got one person assigned here, and can they actually harvest? Yes, they can. Okay, a bandit camp was sighted. Where is that one? So you always keep an eye out on the bandit camp, so maybe we'll try snipe this one and get there. Even with the small force, I don't think we can really add to this at all because we have nothing in storage. Yeah, we got nothing to build, but I mean, we can just try. If we lose all our men, we still got 300 days to get prepared for the next big battle. So we'll kind of risk it for the biscuit. So as we're upgrading these houses, they'll have to get rebuilt. It'll take wood, but it will allow us, if we quickly pause and we go to level 2. So what's it going to do? It's going to generate 1 silver, 1 coin for regional wealth, which is this figure here, which allows us to upgrade our houses and improve the village, as well as unlocks an extension, which includes the artisan workshop, which is perfect because that's the bakery, which we're going to love that because that's going to boost everything for us. And then the residential requirements will increase. So that's where we're going to add an extra few diamonds. So we're going to have more requirements because we need to then try get to level 3 or tech level 3, whatever you want to call it, which means more requirements to fulfill for the village and to keep them happy. So I'm pretty sure the next one will be like beer and a bunch of other stuff. So we'll look at that to fulfill that, and otherwise we are tracking quite well. You can see here the mine, it is not bottomless, so that is one thing we need to consider. I thought these were bottomless, but no, it's not. I don't know if we can regrow it or like if it can restore, but it doesn't look like we have a lot of room here to wiggle. We can only get 50, which will require us to take over other villages, which we will certainly try to, or regions I should say. But now we're into May, so certainly now we can look at what these guys are doing. They're still waiting. Okay, so we'll unassign them. Maybe it's down the track we can get 2 going. But we're just going to keep a track. So the fuel is slowly dwindling down. So this is where we will add someone else extra, and to help speed up some of the recovery of these items. So the granary don't really have anything. So a little bit of a worry. Most of the food must be in the actual houses. So we'll also add someone to the granary that will help collect some of this stuff. Okay, so we can upgrade this one. And you can see here there's 0 people living in these houses. So we can actually not worry about kind of building anymore because we don't need to. We've got plenty of rooms for people to move into. We'll just upgrade what we have in front of us and focus on that. And the good thing is we'll get income from upgrading these, but it does cost wood, which at the moment we've got quite a bit, but we'll need to keep monitoring to get more. However, you can see here, and we've got quite a good amount stocked up, which is perfect. Oh, that's the firewood. Sorry. Yeah. So we don't have any wood stocked up. That's right. Because we will look to add someone else to this. Yeah, see here, we could technically force an early harvest. He's got 62 out of 62. That's pretty much it done. This guy's got pretty much the same. So we could force an early harvest here, which I think is what we will do because we're going to need some food. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate everyone off everything else, but the whole community to work to get this stuff and to feed everyone. Now, keep in mind, you can lose approval because we're just abandoning the stalls for a little bit. So something to keep in mind. But, oh shit, this is not good. Jeez. Oh no, we kind of stuffed this. Yep, one guy's already gone. I mean, can we go straight to the camp? I just want to see if we can get to the camp without fighting them. If I hit play and we just gas it, be interesting to see if that would work. Because if we can just get the money from the camp, that's all we want. Even if we lose this guy sprinting, because we've got a bit of a head of them. So we might be lucky here. We'll see if we can get to the camp. It probably won't work and we're just going to lose these guys, but that's all right. Yep, they're stopping, trying to conserve some of their effectiveness, and we're running in. Maybe we can get this working. It would be so funny if something like this worked. I highly doubt it, but let's just see. Go. Can we destroy their camp while they're away? Oh, you can. Oh, snap. Okay, we're going to lose these guys. Okay, that's fine, but we get to keep the money. So we're going to send this to our treasury because we will need to hire some mercenaries to deal with this first issue, this first wave. Wow, there you go. There's something I did not know. We're going to attack them and we'll just lose. They're going to die. So back to the village. So we can see here they've sent a force to also clear out the bandits, but we got there first. So very, very cool. So there's a good use of units there, and now we're back to the farm. So you can see these guys are waiting, or even fighting, or dying, I should say. If we click click on the field and we click, what's it called? Force early harvest. We click that on both of these. You'll see that these guys will start coming to harvest, which is perfect. That's what we want them to do. Get a nice early harvest. We'll just check on some of our resources, hitting C. Alternatively, you can just, so yeah, we'll hit C and we've got 22 wood. We've got quite a nice lot of stone. So we can also look to then go into our manor. Now, the manor is a kind of interesting building. You can use it quite defensively. So we will consider throwing that a bit further or a bit ahead of the village because we can do a few things with that. So that's what we'll try to do. But let's just focus in on this harvest first because we don't have anyone to sort of work on that. We will, for the time being, throw everyone off. We'll throw everyone onto the farm. Keep in mind, we could lose approval rating temporarily to do this. So you don't have to do this, but I just want to get everything harvested and sorted very, very quickly. In the meantime, we will not worry about upgrading the granary because we are not even close to filling it up. So here we go. We'll be able to kind of watch them go through the process of harvesting. We'll just go check it out on the ground level and see what it's all about. You can see the granary there. Looks a bit funny how it's been built. What's going on there? Is it sitting up on a, okay, bit of a, maybe a bit of a glitch there. Maybe it's up, oh no, maybe that's just it. Maybe it's a bit built. So the game crashed. So as the game crashed, it's still in development. So it's going to happen. So we're going to have to see how far we got back from that. So how much did we lose? Yeah, we lost quite a bit. So guys, the game crashed. So we have to go back a little bit. I'll try get up to the exact point we were up to before. And I'm just going to change the settings to save this to 5 minutes. Again, this is a earlier version, different version to what you get. So hopefully the stability is a bit better, but we're going to do the same thing. We know there's a camp coming down here. So we're going to jet for that and do the same thing. And then we'll come back to where we were up to before we crashed. Okay, so we're back up to where we were. So we're going to force harvest this field because we know it's completely yielded what it can. 62 out of 62, we can force harvest. So we're going to also just claim the money that we got. Oh, we were meant to, that was meant to go to the treasury. Okay, a bit of mistake there. That's all right. We'll keep going. So we're going to force harvest these two by clicking in the thing, click force harvest, and then we're going to start assigning everybody to this to do the harvest. We'll leave the guy in the wood, get the guy with the berries, get everyone working this. We'll even get the ox ready in case they can start plowing. Getting an early thing in. So we'll just take one of these guys off. We'll even take the guy off in the pit. We'll take him down. Guy up to stone as well. So that's everyone unassigned, and we're going to assign them to the farmhouse. Okay, so you can see they're harvesting. We won't go too much more into the visit mode, I don't think, just because it's causing problems and crashing the game. We can see here though, we're going to start getting some wheat. It's going to be pretty epic. Here we go. We got our first harvest. We got some wheat. And now we can turn that. We'll assign some to the lumber mill and to the oven, and it's going to be awesome. So one thing to note with this that I should mention is the threshing. So you can set the threshing priority. So all that is they're going to beat out the wheat amongst all the other stuff that's grown in the crop. But basically it's just like a sorting, and it'll be represented on here, right? So you'll see the wheat, and it'll go from that icon to another one, which you'll see very soon. And what we can do is we can get them to ignore doing this last process until they start or until they finish all the crops. And that's kind of how it is set to now. That's a good way to leave it. But you'll see what I mean soon enough. Now you can see our approval is still holding above 50. So we're okay. It's even increased. So we're doing good. Everything's looking pretty sweet right now, and we're just smashing out this crop, and we will be able to get this wheat. We can even, so they're all harvesting, and they're going to be returning all the wheat, and they'll probably start the threshing process now, and I'll just show you what that is. Just to have a good idea. Okay, there's more wheat to harvest, so they're going to go do that. We'll come back to that in a second. Okay, they're starting the sowing process, so the good thing is they're not worrying about the threshing. So we don't really worry about that. We don't have to worry about that till a bit later, because we do have plenty of time to get some more food going. So they're just going to do that. We'll just watch them because there's not a lot else we can really worry about too much right now, because they're all assigned to the farm, which is pretty cool because this is a really good way to boost up your early game and get tons of food pretty quickly. Now we'll just make sure everything's going to be on wheat. We've got really fertile land. We're going to change this one to wheat as well. This one is wheat. And then next rotation, we'll even potentially skip a year, or we'll start building another farm out here and just go to all those crops next. So that's the benefit. There's a really good methods of farming and getting this nice. There'll be probably many different ways you could do this, but this is just the way I'm going about it. We got 128. They're going to sow. But what we can start looking at is letting them all go and just let them do their thing. We're not losing any approval right now, which is pretty cool. So that's really good. This is holding up really nicely. Then we can start looking. So have we upgraded some to level 2? We'll just quickly pause it. Yeah, here we go. So the ones over here are level 2. So we can have a look while the others are doing the field. We can look at the tavern. We need to get, the requirement is a church, at least a small stone church. So we've got quite a bit of stone. We can be able to do that quite quickly. We need a clothing store with the following materials. So we'll need to get someone onto some clothes and shoes, and then the tavern. So those are the next 3 requirements. Now keep in mind, once you get to level 2, you get access to all the other cool things where you can start making weapons, brewing beer, creating clothing, shoes. So we'll be able to fulfill these things quite quickly and get to tech 3, reasonably fast. So that is going to be pretty mental. And you can see these fields are getting sown very, very quickly, and a lot of that is to do with the plow just absolutely monstering it. Another good tactic to do is to build a second farm, which we will do as well, but we won't build it just yet because we don't want any pressure on the approval rating, but we could kind of get away with it. We'll build another farm here, and then you can split the assignment up into half and then also assign a second plow, and it will actually speed up your production quite a lot. The more plows you have, the faster things are going to be. Technically, if you really wanted to, you could have 4 farms and just assign a couple people to each, or reassign all the ox and just have an insane amount of flexibility in terms of smashing through your sowing of the fields. So some cool tips there. So you do note we switched month and we did lose some of our approval rating. So that's because we were doing all this stuff and we've unassigned people. So we don't want to leave it for too long, but this means if we can get this harvest through, we're going to have a very, very good flow of unlimited food for quite some time. And all the meanwhile, we've still been able to be pretty solid on our lumber and our firewood. So looking pretty good. We're doing quite well. Okay, so we've got bodies need to be buried. So we've got a little indicator here. So the bodies need a burial. Villagers required to be buried on a hollow ground of the church, while raiders may be dumped in the corpse pit. Make sure to have a family assigned to handle it. So you can actually store some bodies here in the church, at least in the stone church perhaps. Alternatively, you can get a corpse pit where we'll chuck all the bandits and stuff that pass. But I think perhaps everyone else gets buried at the wooden church or at the church. So just something to note. Don't know if it impacts much at all at this stage. Not anything I've noticed. Okay, so we're going good. We've got 3 quietly nice fields going, and these guys are going to start turning this wheat very, very soon, so I can show you what I mean. And while we're here, we will just keep going actually. So are they all done? Yep, they look like they're finishing up. So here we go. We're going to see the process of the threshing. So threshing, here they go. They're turning the wheat to grain. Now with the grain, we can start on assigning some of these people. We can assign them to the windmill. Probably just need 1 on the windmill, to be honest. And then actually, because we have this upgrade, we really should be upgrading these guys to bakeries. So the guys that are level 2, this one here, change that to a bakery. And we'll change this one to a bakery. We'll upgrade this guy, because what we want is the efficiency is double. So we'll get twice the efficiency if we bake stuff at the houses. So that's definitely something what we'll pretty much get all of our stuff baked at home. So we'll even just leave the communal oven as it is now. But the main thing is we'll be able to turn a lot of this into good bread, but use the houses over the communal oven. If you needed to, you could use the communal oven, but we're going to go for this strategy. And as you can see, they are still sowing. So we may even need to assign some back, which we can. We can assign 1 more back. Okay, that field's this crop's nearly ready. 87. This one's going. So we've got quite a few interesting. This one's also nearly ready, which is interesting. Oh, there you go. You just can't see them. It's like a little bit glitchy. It's like loading the thing in and out sometimes. This field looks half done. Oop, okay, so now they're back. They're going to try sow. Excellent. So we should have a nice supply of flour now. So just going to make sure we keep a track of all their needs. And at the moment, everything is being met, which is perfect. We've got the requirements for all the level 1. The requirements for level 2, we're going to need to work on. In order to try and meet some of those, we're going to have to look at importing or building more farms to harvest the next crops. Barley, we can grow a lot of beer. So we can grow beer. Yeah, because beer grows on trees. So we can grow barley and get a brewery going and change that into beer. So with that, we will start looking at converting some more of these houses. Where is this guy? So we got some. So we did so what we should have done, right, is not upgraded some of these houses, because we basically are spending more money converting the already existing food houses. So what we might do is we might just build some houses, some extras. We might even build them here. And these will be all the extra little bakeries. Maybe we'll do it this way. Can we do it this way? Yeah, there we go. Can we get 3 there? And then we'll just just rotate it. How many can we fit? Okay, 3 and a 4th house there. Okay, so we'll try that. We'll make these some bakeries, build them nice and close in the town, and potentially we'll start building something over here as well. And we still got these guys assigned to here, which we really should not have. That's pretty inefficient. We might assign some of them to how we go into the firewood. We may increase the firewood production as more things come online. And what else we got? So the smithy, what's the smithy going to do? He's going to turn the iron slabs into tools, which can be very, very good. So we'll look into doing that shortly, but for the time being, we'll just check out how this is all going. We might assign one to here for now. Just keep an eye on the approval rating. It's going very, very nice. So make sure to remember to unclick force early harvest, is in case you need to track it a bit differently next season. So some of these fields are pretty much ready to harvest, right? So let's have a look. 68, yeah. So we can click force harvest on this. This one, we can do the same. We're going to force harvest. Has this been sowed? We'll just actually bump this one up to very high, so they'll pay more attention to that. We want to make sure that we can actually finish this, and then we can harvest, because we got plenty of time to harvest. The month has just changed to July, so hopefully we didn't miss the window. What's this? Okay, so we're doing well. We got a new family moving in too, so we're not going to build anything. Smart thing is to upgrade them first. If you know you're going to put them onto level 2, we'll do that. We'll just quickly upgrade all these. We just need some more wood, which means we need to get this large storage with a bunch of people, just so we can bring all the wood closer and get some of this production going. Yeah, so it looks like the harvesting, we might have missed this one, so we'll just leave that as it is. These guys are bringing in ton, and we're churning out so much flour. We really only need one person on at this stage. We've got tons and tons of food coming. We're going to be really stocked up. We can even consider selling some, but it's going to be great to just keep us going for a long period of time. Now, do we have a policy point? We will try going to coal burning next, because all of this is in preparation for the big attack in 234 days. So that's what we really, really need to be ready for. And we're going to need lots of firewood, and that's why that charcoal is going to be awesome. But we will need to get this up to level 2, which is why we'll need to consider starting to look at building some of these other buildings and getting these other crops going. So we'll also start planning that out. So we'll go poor play. We'll just slow the time down. Go into so we'll kind of just replicate this model as well. We're going to put just check for barley. Where is barley going to be best? I mean, it's looking quite good down here. A bit further to travel down here, but up here is looking quite good. So what we might do is we're going to build the farm out here. Try keep it close. We'll do that. We'll build it here, and we'll just probably subdivide this again. We have the berry thing up here, so that's right. We'll just go around that, and we'll build so we'll build, this will be some of our crops for barley. It's going to keep the farms nice and small. This way we can manage it a lot better. So we'll just build one up here. We got one going across here, so we'll have two. Probably go for another mill here, but again, we actually might make the season, so let's try go barley, and what we'll try do is get an ox on there straight away as well. So we make this farm high priority, and we're just going to check our resources. So we've got quite a good amount of wood. So what we will do is we're going to peel back the loggers, because they're nearly full anyway. We'll leave the guys on the wood cutting, because that's going to kind of detrimental. We're getting quite a good build up of iron slabs. So we'll just rotate that guy off. Hides, got a huge amount of leather, but we'll just take these guys off, because we probably don't need this so much right now. And then they're going to build this hopefully quite quick smart, and we will look to upgrade some of these houses as well. We get these to level 2, probably less. That's more, got a lot of hides, don't we? That will come in handy, because we need lots of leather. How much wood have we got? We got 16 wood. Better hold off here. We're going to take one of these guys off, put them on the granary. Okay, so we already harvest that field. Okay, cool. Okay, so this one's going quite good. We've got a lot of action happening down this farm. So these guys should quickly speed build this with everyone free. We might just check on, we might grab another, we can, which will grab another ox. We've got some coin for it, so that's nice. We'll also build, we'll stick another ox thing here. What do you call them? A hitching post, I should say. Hitching post is where we'll chuck that. Got the farm. The farm is up, and we're just going to go boom straight away for the upgrade. Make this very high, and hopefully they upgrade it straight away. Then we'll assign a guy to it, and then we'll try squeeze this all in so we can get tavern. And the tavern, we might throw a little bit to the side here. We'll get that going as well. Hopefully this goes up quite quickly. And we're still going. We've still got 5 months. So we got heaps. So we got the settlement increased. Hey. So we reached the conditions of, so we've got a large village. We're doing very, very well. Now the question is, do we go into charcoal, or do we look to be able to go advanced? I don't think we'll be able to technically do this tech tree in this village. So we will just focus on charcoal. So charcoal is going to be pretty potent. The other option option is going the fertilization. So perhaps this time I'm going to try this and go fertilization because this is, but at the same time, we don't necessarily need to because we have such green patches. So I won't like, we got such good land to grow on. So we don't really need that. Charcoal is going to be quite good. And if we have a lot of excess, we can then purchase some of these stuff. The other alternative is we could go the trading because we will have lots of goods to trade. And if we're importing a lot of this stuff, it's going to cost a lot less. So it's a really hard choice. We might try a bit different this time. We might, last game I did charcoal. So I might try the trade logistics and see how this goes. We got the new development and I think we may even have a policy. No policy point yet. I'm not 100% sure how we get it, but it will come up. So we'll see if this has been upgraded yet. No, not just yet, but very, very soon this will be upgraded and we got great yields from these barley farms. It's going to be mental. So we can also look at getting some flax as well. So flax we might even just chuck next to us. So we'll try to get a few of these other fields going because the flax is looking a little better in other places. So maybe over here is where we'll go flax. Just the next field over. Okay, well, this is upgraded. So now we'll assign them to here. We'll get the ox as well. And let's see if they start sowing. Yeah, man. Okay, so we're in good steads. We're still got 200 days before this first attack. So got quite a bit of time. But let's see if we can, don't think we can build anything because we haven't actually converted any of these other buildings into something more promising. At the same time, how much wood we got? We can turn one of these into a bakery, which we'll do. And then we're going to need these guys on some wood. So that's all right. So quite a nice, we got a good amount of crops coming through at the moment with these guys. Going very, very nicely. Up here, we may just bump this up as well. So keep in mind, once you turn these houses or burgages into bakeries, they are permanently a bakery. So you won't be able to change it. So keep that in mind. Definitely want to be aware of that. So coming back to the other farms, we have a look at the fertility. It is dropping. So probably a good idea for next season to just let them all sit. We could also just build some more fields over here, which we'll probably do, and just leave these to sit just so we don't, so we can increase this yield. As we do another cycle, they're going to drop. It's not going to be worthwhile. This one's still strong at 56%. Damn, that's good. Okay, so looking at the requirements for the next stage, we will need stone church. So we'll see if we can upgrade that right now. We need some clay, so we'll have to grab the clay. So we might even prepare for that. We'll assign someone to that now. We've got quite an amount of good stone, and then as I said, we will, and we're a bit late to it, but we will build the manor, which will be important for getting some coin so we can survive this first attack. And we've got a nice amount of coin as well, so we will build. Oh shit, these guys, do you see that? That guy was blocking the ox. Damn, that's going to slow down production. That's right, but we will grab another. We got quite a few ready to go for whenever we need. Oh, okay, so this is interesting. It looks like if you click force harvest, it's going to pull all the people from the other farm. Interesting. So what we'll probably need to do is set these guys so they only focus on this area. But keep in mind, that is a bad thing that just happened. We might not be able to finish this in time, but we'll try. So now I've set where they should sort of do or go to, but it doesn't seem to have worked. They are all still over here. That's a bit disappointing, but that's right. We'll unclick force. I guess we're getting some good wheat, so that's good. But the other thing we might do is we're just going to have a look at some of the other fertility around here. There's some really good fertility down here, which we will look to build another farm on down the track. But barley, yeah, we got it good. And then for rye, look at that. Everything's just perfect for rye. Okay, so now we're going to put this one on too. Although actually with 53%, we can probably keep getting some more good wheat. So I'm happy to get wheat at 30%. Absolutely. Okay, so this has all been harvested. We'll let this one sit. We won't force it. We could go and force it again, but we won't worry about it. Hopefully they're not harvesting this one. Oh, they are. That's not good. Why are you harvesting this one? That's bad. Why did they harvest this one? Oh, well. Are they going to go and harvest all of them? Okay, so that was a little bit glitchy. Don't know why they did that. That's okay. How's these ones going? Hopefully we can get some sowed. We really need to get them sowed. Might just chuck the extras onto here quickly. Still doing very good on the approval. We haven't had a lot of wood coming in. We probably need to reallocate. Some of these other fields should just be sitting now. Yeah, okay. So people, are they going to head over to these farms now? No. Okay, so they're transporting. We'll assign some of these, put some of them onto the wood. We need to get that up and running to build the next lot of stuff. And we're hoping we can get these fields. Here they come. Okay, they're finally coming back over. What are you guys doing? Okay, and these guys look like, where are they going? They're transporting. Okay, how's the bread development going? Okay, we got so much food. It's going to be perfect. And we'll get it more more and more as the stuff gets turned to bread. I'm kind of wondering what's going on here. We need them to work on these fields. Okay, so these guys are all, I don't know, they're not really doing what was hoping. Those should come over here, hopefully help out. No, okay. Well, we'll unassign them all and put them to good use. Now we need to start moving this bread. So I'm going to get this granary because we need them to come to these houses. Oh, where are they? There's some of these ones over here that have been baking all our bread. So see how their pantry's full? We need the granary guys to come and empty this. So we'll unpack and we'll also just upgrade it while we're here. Keep the wood going. We've got good amount of fuel, so we've got 7 months. We'll keep trying to keep that, but the only detriment to all this is that these fields aren't getting sowed. I don't know why they're not being sowed. This is the perfect time for it. Okay, now they're going. Still a few little kinks. I'm trying to understand how they all manage and the mechanisms work in this, but get in there. We're going to let these fields sit. This one's kind of shocking. I don't know what happened with this one. It's already been harvested, but it's got something growing in it. It's a bit of a nightmare, but that's all right. We will come back to it now with the clay. We've been collecting quite a bit of clay, so we'll unassign that guy and we'll assign him to here so we can actually come and collect it, so we can get this stone church up and going. And we'll probably finish this video by getting the construction of the manor going. So we're going to prioritize one of these to high, and then we'll go the smaller one as high and put this one to normal. But all our focus on this one now, and that's going to allow us to actually make sure we can get some barley at least for next harvest. And why we do that, we are going to plan this manor. So the manor, we are going to stick a little bit away, not too far away, but it's going to be kind of a defensive structure for us. At least that's my intention. So we will plop it a little bit, maybe further up here, past the berries, maybe in this clearing here, and face it outwards. There we go. So now we have the option, we can build some stuff along with this. So we'll definitely be building this little tax thing here, and we'll make it quite a small little garrison to start with, so we can create these outer towers, which we'll create how much we can do. So it costs 20, so we'll just build, it costs 10 and 3 stones, so we can build 1, and we can't build any fencing, I don't think. So we'll see if we can build any gates. Don't know if we'll actually not worry about the gate. We'll just do that for now and commit that, and we can come back and manage that and build more. So it's sort of like the initial setup. Get a road out there too, and we'll just check on these fields. So the fields are coming along nicely. This one is next, and then hopefully they'll come and do this one as well. We'll set the manor to very high, so that should be the next thing that gets built. But it does take quite a lot of time, especially to get everything up there. So after these fields get sown, we'll throw a bunch of stuff at it. The sowing's going quite nicely. What we might do as well is run another path directly to it, just to make it a bit quicker. Because keep in mind, you can always delete roads. So if you ever need to get to like point A to B, just build a road and then just get rid of it later. You don't need to worry about it. We've got a bandit camp that's popped up. Now, where is it? I wonder if it's close. Where is it? Oh, it's not come up yet. We'll come up soon on the map. Oh, it's way over here. We won't worry about that. These guys yellow will come out and clear them out. You can see they've already got some guys onto it straight away. It's a shame that they don't have a whole city being built. It'd be awesome to be able to see that in action. Like, imagine if this was multiplayer. God, that'd be insane. Okay, so how's this sowing going? So it's going very, very nicely. We've got quite a good barley crop coming, and we should definitely make it for August. So we'll have some flax for clothing, barley for some beer. We've got the tavern, so we'll have all this stuff going. So the other thing that we'll need though, if we're going to be brewing beer, is we need to make sure we have, if we go into the gathering, no, not the gathering, we go into industry, we'll need to make sure that we've got the malt house. Otherwise we will not be able to get this going. Although, however, I think you can still do it by changing some of these other buildings to breweries from memory. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you still will need the other building 100%. So we'll need to get everything turned into malt. And for that, we'll need that building, the malt house. And then we're good to start crafting beer, which is going to tick the box for level 2. So we can get into an early level 3 or an early-ish level 3. So where's our level 2? Up here, we got tavern and then clothing supply. So we'll work on that next as well. Church is going to be easy because now we should be able to upgrade that once we get all the clay. Where's the clay? Clay should be coming. Definitely on its way at least. Not sure where the clay went. Maybe it's getting delivered. Let's just have a quick peek because that's a bit odd. We had a nice build up here. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Our clay's gone. Okay, so we'll just speed this up a little bit. We're running a little bit short on time, so let's hope we can get everything sorted so we can get some mercenaries. I really needed that last bandit camp that we kind of got stuffed up because it crashed on us, whereas the first time we actually did the correct thing, went to treasury, we really need another bandit camp. So hopefully we can get lucky. The other thing we can start considering is trying to import some armor and stuff. So we could look at doing that, but keep in mind it's quite expensive. but this time everything should just be 25 for us. So that's going to be kind of nice because that's what we did, right? Yeah. Okay. So we do have a lot of optionality here now. We could go into trade, go into weapons. I think we could grab some beers and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, winter's approaching. How far? Oh yeah, we got this one done. So we got 3 other fields completely ready to go. Everyone's going to go home. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to unassign them all. We probably should unassign the ox as well. Probably the same over here. We probably don't need the ox here. We just got to remember to reassign them. They're going to go crazy and build a bunch of stuff. We'll put another guy on firewood. We'll get some guys onto the clay because we need a ton of that very, very soon. Come back to the iron as well. One guy on the stone. And what else we got? So we'll need some people to definitely be converting stuff. So how much we going? We got much here. We got a few iron slabs. We have much iron to convert. No, we don't. Oh, so there's the clay. So the clay's turned up. Mad. We don't really need this guy just yet. I mean, we probably have plenty of leather right now as well. If we have a look here, we got tons of leather. We probably need some more tools. So we'll assign a guy to the tools. The other thing now we need to focus on is prioritizing some weaponry. So in order to do that, we can go the blacksmith because we're going to try build this army up quick and upgrade this to level 2 first. Make sure we always upgrade them to level 2. We can go ahead and pretty much convert a lot of this stuff to level 2 because it's only going to consume wood. We've got quite a bit of wood. We'll just do that wherever we can with all of them. And remember, when you press tab, you can see this little house in the upgrade button, or like it's telling us we can upgrade this. So that's a good way to sort of judge it by pressing tab and clicking on this stuff. Okay, so this is good to level 2. Yeah, awesome. We'll leave 2 guys to build because that's quite a lot of stuff to get through. And then all these guys are going to be smashing through all this other good stuff, getting a bit of a build up of wood. So we will actually turn one of these guys off. We'll put him onto the saw. We've already got a guy on saw, so we'll actually make sure we've got a livestock assigned to this. So it's a really good way to speed up your saw pit is assigning what's it called, an ox or livestock, I should say. The other thing now we need to also definitely look at is getting a sheep pen going, or a livestock pen. So we'll get the pasture going, I should say. Where we're going to throw the pasture. So we do want to keep it like semi-close to everything as well. Quickly while we're here, we'll just have a look at the water. Just add a couple other points for water just to help the efficiency of things. So where is the other one? We've got one there. Can we squeeze one? We might put one, yeah, and we can squeeze one next to the farm. So we'll do that. Cool. Okay, now we'll go on to building this pasture. So we need to create wool. So to create wood, we're going to need to order some animals. So we don't want it too far away either. Maybe we'll use this weird sort of patio square looking thing, triangle I mean. So we'll put that there, pasture, and do 32. That's plenty. We'll also need to build a sheep farm. So the sheep farm, we can build it here. Actually even here. Hold on, is that been started? Might just try shift that malt house because the malt house is smaller. Not by much though, is it? Yeah. So again, we can just delete this road and then we've got a bit more space to work with here. So we'll go put the malt house right next to the brewery. And that way then we can kind of squeeze the sheep thing. Oh yeah, because that doesn't take it. I had the wrong building selected. So there we go. We can fit the sheep farm there. Okay. And then we'll just reconnect this road probably. Can we go through here? Nah. Okay. So we'll just reconnect the road just to here, just in case we get some better, quicker accesses. But keep in mind, the reason you build roads as well is it's much quicker for transporting and your ox will move a lot faster on roads. Forgot to mention that earlier. How are these crops going? But that's actually ready to be harvested. So we could force an early harvest quickly before anything. Yeah, let's force a harvest. These crops have just been so bountiful. It's crazy. We're running out of time though. We are going to get attacked. We need to get some income and some money. We're just going to quickly rotate the guys off the wood into the farm because we need to beat winter. Otherwise we're kind of boned. Whereas we'll quickly pull some guys off some other areas. I'm just thinking which ones would be good. Probably just take them straight off the large storehouse. One off here. And then we'll just quickly pile them into here and hope we can get this wheat. We might chuck on the crop rotation this time so we can set it up for wheat. And we definitely could even just go barley even. How much is barley going to be? Wow. Okay. Well, that's what we'll do. Put in the flax. Because normally you have to be much more careful about how you rotate your crops. But since we're in a land that's so bountiful, you don't even need to worry. You can just, we didn't even need to let it sit. We could have just gone straight into something else. But oh well, there you go. Not used to being on such fertile lands. It's awesome. So they're not harvesting yet. So we'll just increase that priority. That didn't seem to work, so we'll put that there, see if that got them going. Okay, harvesting, summer harvesting. Okay, here they come. And make sure if you do put anything, just change it back to medium for next season, because if you don't, you can get in trouble and the prioritization can throw things out of whack. I mean, even this is technically ready to harvest. Let's just force it all, put this up to very high, and then gotta quickly get a bunch of people onto this. We'll just throw everyone off, even the last guy in the storeroom. Just throw them all on here, get it quick. Oh, we can keep that car in store. Probably need to get some guys on onto this building. Still not built. Might increase that to very high. Get that built next, just because it's going to take ages to get this fixed. Or built, I should say. We'll just speed up time, let them get through it. Now we are really running out of time. This is going to cut close. I don't know how we're going to sort this out. It's going to be very close. We really needed that money, which we intended to spend on the treasury, which went to the bloody public, to the regional well. So that's not good at all. Yeah, these things are getting harvested very, very nicely. So we get tons of, now it's winter, but we can quickly collect all this stuff and have so much. We got such a stock. Look at the food. Where is it? Oh, so much. Oh my God. Perfect. Okay, so just make sure we are good to send all these guys out. Okay, crafting. We will. I think we can just unset them all, right? Leave one on there because there's still a little bit of grain. Okay, now the grain's gone. Oh, this guy's going to keep churning stuff out. Just going through winter. Now we need to look at production of weapons. So we will probably go the spears. I think that's the easiest one to craft. We need to get quite a few more. We'll need to be some more actually. So we might even set this whole area up and turn this into a bunch of production for weapons. We have enough. We don't have much wood, do we? Okay, so we got to reassign tons in the granary so we can get these guys out. Got 2 on here. We've got so much food going. We sitting so good. Oh, we can even harvest these guys. What? Oh no, no. Okay, we need to let them grow. So we're looking nice. Okay, so we got our first policy. So again, we can only choose one of the two, the hunting grounds or the strict fasting. We're going to go with the strict fasting just because it applies to all the citizens. It's a really good method. Probably the best one to pick, really. But again, if you are doing this on harder or a harder setting, you probably want to go hunting grounds. But with strict fasting, we skip our 5th meal, which gives us more food. Even though we've got so much food, we can still use this. You don't even have to use the policy, but why not use it? So we're speed building a bunch of different things. So what we want to do now is try upgrade all the different buildings that we can as soon as we can. But we are running out of wood, so we want to make sure this guy stops doing what he's doing because he's chewing up all our wood. So he's what we need to do is reserve planks. So we can here click like maybe we'll get say 30 reserved. So that way we don't run into this problem where all our wood's getting converted to planks, because the planks are very efficient when you have an ox attached to it. And we're really, oh man, we are going to be in so much trouble. I don't know how we're going to do this. We really stuffed up not getting the treasury money. But what we could try do is we could look at trying to get some of these weapons imported. So we'll have a look. So what do these guys need to get built? So what we can do though, well, cool thing is we did get our Manor built. So now what we can do is this really cool function where we can go click on the guy here. This is like our general or like the main crazy unit, because we can go into customize. And this is where we can, if we had more money, we can add more guys to this, but we don't have any money. So we'll come back to this, but this is where we can actually customize each individual dude to look different, give them different weapons, you name it, we can kind of do it. So really, really cool thing to do and mess around here. But we'll come back to this and we'll try quickly get some more weapons and stuff now with the trade. So hopefully with the trade, we can try import some spears, some clothing, and some shields. So we'll go just the small shield, we'll go the large shields. We'll go see if we can start trying to import these guys. We don't have much money, so we can't really do a lot, but we can try to do something. The other thing we can try to do is sell some of our food. So we'll just assign a guy to here, maybe assign 2 just to make it a bit quicker. And if by doing this, we can trade, we got a ton of bread. So bread, we'll start actually exporting just a little bit. So it says here you have your current surplus, desired surplus. So let's say we want to sell 74 loaf. We'll just put 100 here. That will bring the current surplus down to the desired amount of 100. So we'll get that going. We don't really have much else, but we should have plenty of the good stuff. What is it? Yeah, we got so much flour. Holy bejeebers. So we really can sell probably more bread and try balance it out and get enough going. We also really need to be upgrading these guys. So what we will be doing, because for level 2, what do we need for level 2? We just need lumber. So we'll throw everyone onto lumber. We may even need to get another lumber camp quickly going. Now the forester guys not been able to keep up production. I mean, technically we may be able to look to build another one here. We don't need any more guys on clay. That's almost full. That guy will take off stone. We'll add some to iron. That's getting up. We really need to pump some of these guys out and get them working on all the different goods. Now, while we're looking at some of the stuff that we're producing, we should have some, are we going on the ore? So we'll need someone on the bloom, get 2 guys on the bloom to really crank that out. We'll get some people on the sheep farm because we'll need to import some sheep finally. by trading livestock by clicking on the livestock building. Yeah, go to livestock trade. Sorry, trade. We'll go trade. We'll go import. We've got, can we afford it? Yes. We'll just grab, say, 2 to start with. And that's going to be kind of that. So we will. I was really hoping we could get another bandit camp. We can just get 1 before they come. We will be in so much luck. We'll be laughing then, because then we can hire some mercenaries. Guys, if you look now, we probably have a huge choice. Yeah. Oh, 15. There you go. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, we're not close enough, but what we could do is we could start taxing the people, do like an emergency tax, which will drop our approval rating. If we go into the taxes and we go land tax, if we bump this up to say 5%, we're going to have approval loss of 4. We'll come back to this shortly or in the next video, but now we'll just add some taxes. Fuel reserves, we may actually keep some of this reserved as well. We've got another guy who's upgraded, so we might build a bower's workshop. These get pumped out pretty quick, so it's also something good to sell. So we'll go get some bows going, and this is a level 2. Why can't, oh yeah, it's not a big enough property. So now the main thing hanging us up is wood, and that's because this guy turned all our wood into bloody planks. We could probably try sell some of those planks because they fetch a good price of $2.25. We won't worry about it. How about leather? Flour's a good price. We could probably sell some flour. We got so much flour. Leather sells for quite a good amount, so that's always a nice one to sell. So we might actually sell some leather. We'll try export some, and we'll just go, let's just go 30. Yeah, we'll just go 30 because we will be able to replenish that quite a lot. So see how we go. See if we can get enough money to stop this attack that is coming our way. We've got the generic store is full, which will probably be, who's it going to be? Just going to be this guy again. So in terms of livestock, we're doing very well. Quite a few sitting, doing nothing. So we've got a bit of a surplus. We are getting through this iron quite quickly. So again, we're going to probably have to sell and import and export a lot of our stuff in, and we're not going to worry about expanding too much more just yet, which we definitely could. We definitely could expand. We just want more wood first, and it's coming in quite quickly, so that's good. Gosh, I don't think we're going to get through this. We got 19 days. We've got 15 treasury. Let's have a look at how much the cheapest mercenaries are. Let's go to army plus, and then mercenaries 15. Woohoo! A small pack of misfits. How much we got? Well, let's definitely hire them straight up. We'll just grab them. Yes, sign the contract, and we need to try to get 60 somehow. So let's have a look. Where are they? All the way over here. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's get them moving. We probably should have put some of that coin towards this. We might try bump up some of these taxes and see if we can try get one more. Like, just put it to something stupid like 15%. Gonna give us, we can push it a bit further actually. 25. Let's just be brutal. 18. We can manage that. Okay, now where are we gonna get this other stuff? So we need to be trying to get some stuff here. So I just want to check the sheep because we had just one guy. Yeah. So he's going to be grabbing wool from these sheep when they arrive. They haven't arrived yet, probably because we haven't got a guy assigned to this. So gonna need to take someone off the large storehouse and get someone onto the livestock, because hopefully the sheep did not just go there. Okay, not sure. We'll take these 2 guys off the ore just for now. We can get them to produce some more leather for us, just so we can sell some more and hopefully get some weapons in time. The only trouble is we only have these guys for 29 days, and we've got 18 days until these guys arrive, so it's going to be close. Might just quicken them and get them to run. It is winter as well, so this is going to be shockers. Can we get through this? I don't know. Okay, so we got a bit of money to play with still. We'll try import some more shields. Maybe we can get like 16. We've got some bows, so we might actually be able to, let's just see if we can build any bowmen. Oof, we can build 10. So what do they need? Well, we just need some clothing. Do we have any guys that are up to a bit limited in what we can kind of get our hands on right now? That's what we'll do. I know what we'll do. We'll just change all of this stuff from food into production of actual stuff we need. So this guy, will get him to do shields. This guy, get him to do clothing. This guy shields as well. See if we can manage this. Now, in order to get some of the clothing, we need to build another building, which is the weaver's workshop. So that's going to turn the wool into yarn and flax to produce linen. So we'll grab this and we'll keep this nice and close in the center here. I can't remember if there was anything else we wanted to build here, but this should do. Worst case, we can always change it around. Now, we will need to get some people onto this. So we need to reassign. Is there anyone else assigned to something silly? We'll just unassign one of these guys and maybe one of the tanners as well. And we've got a good amount of lumber coming in. We will need to consider to build another logging facility soon, just to give this side a rest. Can probably get away with just throwing one down here for now. We might just put it here so we can chop all this. Yeah, we're doing all right on money. We have 14 days. We could get this. So how many guys can we build? We can build 2 spearmen. Nice. Nice. We can build 12 archers. So we'll see what we're up against. This is going to be a close battle, but hopefully we can try use this fortification or this little building here. Apparently you're meant to be able to shoot some arrows from it, but I've never actually used it. So this will be a bit of a learning lesson for me too, because a lot of the other times I didn't have that up and running. So it looks like people are leaving. They're not very happy with us taxing them, and we're losing the 4% for taxation. So that's pretty rough. Yep, they're not happy, but that's okay. As long as we've got a lot of food, that's the main thing. We're just going to unassign these people now so we can quickly get some stuff up and running. These guys are getting there. What? So close now. They're going to make it. We'll put these guys up here too. So I'm hoping we can get 1 month of pay, which should transfer some of this wealth into our hopper, into our treasury, and then we're going to be sweet. Okay, we got 10 days now. We've just gone into February. We haven't lost a lot. This will go down next month, so we'll lose quite a bit. So hopefully it's not too bad. We've kept the fire and food going, so they should be very, very happy. Okay, so we've got the bandits here. That's good. I was hoping we could try build this just before they come, because this is a very strong unit. This is like the heroic unit or our knights or something. So that's going to be something we can lean on. We can get some more troops in time, and that's going to be dependent on some more money. Okay, we're up to day 5. We are getting low on coin because we've just imported a bunch of stuff. So we'll probably need to look at that. So let's have a look. So what did we get? So trading wise, we've got quite a good amount of stuff here. Sweet. So now we might actually be okay because we've been able to import a ton, and we will try export a ton of leather. We may even do some firewood, which we can risky to do, but let's just export. Let's just go get us an extra 50 coin or 100 coin even. That might cost us later, but let's see. We've got so much flour. I mean, we really should be trying to export some of that because we'll be able to get some of that back. Let's just go 450, see how that goes. Okay, it's not going to be in time, but let's see, because with all that stuff we just got, we'd be able to build 16 spearmen now. That's going to be huge. We can build some militia and we can build some archers. Okay, so pretty much we got 3 days, so let's get all this ready. So we'll get the spear guys. I just want to see, we'll get spear guys going too. We'll lay them here. We'll see what else we can get the archers, we'll lay them down too. We'll even get the axe guys, even though we can only get 3 of the bad boys. We're going to do it if we can. Oh, we can't do it. Okay, bugger. Okay, well, here we go. 2 days left. Got a nice little army. We'll have to deploy this guy. I was hoping we could buy some more troops, but I'm pretty sure we can edit this a bit later. So we'll grab this guy out. Now we are getting set. So 2 days until the attack, or until at least they spawn on the map. Don't know how much time we'll have, but let's not assume we're going to get much time. So we'll just set all these guys up. It'll be nice because we have a little place to defend this time, and we are 1 day to the raiders. So the raiders should come straight for us and attack us. Gives us a little bit of advantage, not a ton, but something. And we're still doing well on the approval. Once the month turns, we will see how we are actually sitting. Yeah, let's speed this up, and come what may, we got 1 more day. We should be in good stead, I reckon. We'll just really speed it up. So get the, here we go. The band of raiders are coming. Now they will appear somewhere on the map, but depending on where, we'll see. Okay, so no sights on them just yet. Normally they spawn in another territory, so we may get lucky. They may spawn on the other side of the map. Okay, mission complete. Raiders are near. Oh, here they are. They're coming from behind us. Oh, it's only 2. Okay, we got this easy. Okay, let's turn. Let's see if we can get some height here. We could try quickly sprint over to here. It is winter, so we probably won't make it, but look at this cliff. This cliff would be perfect for our freaking arrows. Let's try get there. Put them on sprint. This should be sweet. I wasn't sure how many guys would be attacking, and it's only 2, so we'll clean them up easy, which gives us time to kind of look at the base a little bit. So what we'll do is see over here, this is pretty much full. We'll just change this guy to come over to here, rotate him off. We'll also then lower our taxes as well, just so we can keep that approval rating looking good. And plus the town doesn't have much money anyway, so we might just change that to 5% for now, because the next bandit camp will be able to attack and get some coin from that, which we'll put into the treasury or into the town. So the town's doing pretty well. We didn't really lose any approval, so that's good. We're going to need to start expanding, or consider expanding now, so we'll just get some of these houses going. I will just build another road through here, and then we can get some of these houses up. Just put 2. Yep, that's fine. Maybe we're lucky we can get 3 on this one. Yep, sweet. Okay, so let's go back to here. So where are they? Yeah, they're in the trees here. They've gone up the cliff. Or they're in here. Oh no, here they are. Can't see them. Here they go. Oh, cool, cool, perfect. We're gonna get them on the. We can defend the high ground, guys. Ah, this is gonna be brutal for them. Okay, which way they're gonna go? Try to get our archers in range. Now we should be able to get them right up here. Yeah, there you go. This is crazy. So it'll be interesting to see how good this is. Will they be able to climb up that, or they're gonna have to go around? Okay, so we should be able to start firing at them. Oh, saving the game. Yep. So what are they gonna do? Yeah, they're gonna have to go around. That's awesome. Yeah, so they're gonna get smashed from these arrows all the way here. We'll go into cinematic mode. See these guys on the cliff firing their arrows. How mad's that? Okay, and then come over here to these guys trying to get to them. Oh, which we got to stop them. How to get out of cinematic mode. Kind of fudge that a bit. Getting too excited there. That's right, because that means we can kind of come up behind some of them. A few of them got through. I'm hoping we can just sort of hack them from here because we're behind them. Okay, so the archers are... We might try to break these guys up and get these guys to come help the archers, just because the archers will get chewed up. Keep an eye on these guys. These guys should be able to handle this. These guys are a bit lost. Oh, we got a few archers. They got a few shots off. We really need to try pull them back. Can we get them to reform? Yep. Just split them up. How are these guys going? Yep, we're handling this all right. Get the archers onto... Yeah, so they're going to be able to do damage. As long as they're behind, you can also set it to friendly fire, so they'll just fire regardless and hit our troops. Pretty cool. I really like that feature. We should also have shoot at will, which we'll just put... So they're running away. Now we just got this last mob to finish, and that is going to be it. Yeah, we got it. Nice. Hey, smashed them. Now that's good. Now we don't... Oh, and these guys didn't even get amongst it. Holy crap, they're so slow. We paid for these mercenaries, and we're not even going to be able to afford them. We bought mercenaries, and they did nothing, and now we can't afford them. They're just going to go away. Oh, what the hell's going on here? I don't know how long that's been on for. Oh, well. Ah, that's funny. How long has that been on for? Bah. That's good. Okay, let's go. Sweet. So we've done, what is it, 4 years? We've got a really nice base. We've got so much going on. But we are going to save this to... We're going to continue this on to part 2. A lot of this was just to show you how this game is, what some of the more technical details are. So I hope you got something out of it. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. And if you did, we'll go to the next one. Thanks. Cheers.